thank you guys for dinner. And that was one of the stresses I was having. Living out of a motel, like I had. There's that gas station right across from the hotel.
Yeah.
That happens to have a Subway attached to it. So I went in there and got a breakfast Subway sandwich, which is reasonable, but it's not the healthiest. But it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, right.
I mean, my other options were like freaking Wendy's or McDonald's. Or,
Waffle.
No, so I was craving some health food because obviously I'm not getting much activity right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, I haven't since I got back from work and I haven't at the gym. I haven't got up early or anything.
And that's another thing too.
And that's a big deal because I have to get up early to feel good. If I go to the gym, I feel good. If I don't, I don't.
If you get up, yes.
One of my attractions to Wes is he
and this
tries to take
fucking shoulder thing,
Yeah.
man.
And doesn't it make a difference if you get up and start your day
Early.
with a workout? But with a workout.
Oh yeah, no, my whole day is great.
You have more energy. Your
have
body's
more
warmed
energy.
up.
All my joints feel great. My back, nothing hurts. I feel better psychologically. Yeah, that's what you say. Even like I try to explain to her. She keeps, for some reason, she keeps saying 3:30 is the middle of the fucking night. It's not. It's early in the morning.
I might side with you on this.
Fucking slip.
I think it is the middle of the fucking night.
Well, it works out good because if we do talk, you're up at midnight and I'm getting up.
That's true. All right.
Usually
Yep.
you text, I'm like, oh yeah, I just got up.
Which I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to fix that show where I need to be in bed by like 9 or 10.
What time you gotta get up to go to work?
90%. Actually, every day it's either 10:30. The only day I go in early is Tuesdays because we receive tires that day, and I have to be there at 7.
Okay.
But other than that, it's 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah, so 10:30 to 7.
Right. Okay.
Costco.
Yeah.
Do they do that to keep just one shift or what?
No, it kind of just worked out because I work weekends, which I want, because Sundays. I think I told you anybody that works Sundays at Costco gets time and a half.
Yeah.
Oh.
Every week. So every week I'm making $45 an hour.
Yeah. So that's great.
And there's people serving you hot dogs that are making $45 an hour.
Yeah.
Everybody in the warehouse gets time and a half. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's great.
So it's just kind of the way, and our weekend hours are earlier. We close at 7 on Saturday and 6 on Sundays.
Right.
So there's no reason to start, I have to get my 8 hours.
Yeah, sure.
So that my 2 days that I close, because we try to make it fair that everybody has to do a couple of closing shifts and a couple of opening shifts.
Yeah.
The 2 days that I close happen to be the weekends.
Right.
Which are nice because it's earlier closing.
Yeah, right.
During the week, we're open till 8:30.
Yeah.
But I don't have to close any of those.
Oh, that works out good.
So it's nice.
Well,
That
they
is.
don't open here anyway until 10 o'clock.
Right. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all the
close
same,
like
I'm sure.
8 o'clock, I think, here.
Isn't it 8:30? I would assume it's the same.
It's probably the same.
Alexa, what time does Costco close?
I'm kind of curious, actually.
$27 minutes.
Okay, 8:30.
8:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same nationwide.
I was thinking, it's like I know. Gosh damn, Costco corporate is pretty good about making everything uniform.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but 10 to 8:30, where most stores
Yes,
are open
Monday through
earlier
Friday.
and
Yeah.
later. Yeah. So I wondered if it had something to do with how many shifts. Is their mind behind their system like that?
Well, do they still have people working like at night for stocking?
Yes, because there's the morning stocking crew that always comes in and get your butt over here and sit down in front of the camera. I see what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, she's hiding.
All right, if you don't want the camera,
Your
I
drink's right
I
here.
can turn it off and it'll just be audio. If that
No,
makes it
that's
better.
fine. She can sit over here. You're fine.
Yeah, let's.
I don't want.
We'll sit down. Here, put ice cream.
Thank you.
Let's go sit. Come on, get over there. Come on.
Video. There, I just turned the video off. It's only audio. So get your punk ass over here. Oh my god. You thought I wasn't going to notice.
I don't do
Hide
that.
now. What the hell's wrong with you? You're
Make
hiding
sure
in your own
it's still-
house.
Yeah, it's still recording. And you work for a promotional, it's something to do with boats.
I work for Cleveland Boat Center. I'm a bookkeeper.
There's a lot, but there's also a lot of promotional stuff. I see you posting. About
Yes, I'm
events they
trying
have,
to get
which
into more of the
promotional
sales.
stuff involves cameras and video and pictures.
Not me in them.
Yeah.
If you'll look.
Yeah, you're right. I've never seen you in a gosh damn photo.
All right. I'm not in them.
Why don't you go put your Cleveland Boat Center shirt on? You can put a camera back on. Then you can get
I'm
credit
not in
at
the
work.
camera.
Do you have like a mask? Do you have like one of those masquerade ball masks? You can hide yourself.
Right. Oh,
You
shit.
can remain anonymous.
That's fine.
No, it's totally fine. I understand it.
No, y'all
'Cause
can talk.
You're supposed to be part of it, but I also have caught myself since I started doing this shit. Sometimes I can be oppressive, where I'm like, I want everybody I know. I want to hear the story. I want to sit down. I'm like bugging them, and so I throw out like everybody. I'm like, need to do my podcast, and it's about a 50-50 response rate. Some people want to do it, and they're right in. Some people say they want to do it, but when I try to nail them down on a time, it doesn't work. And some people are like, no, I don't want to do it, and I don't understand that, but I try to respect it.
Right.
I mean, because of course I'm right, and they should want to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody should want to do it, but fine. That's a little bit of my dad coming out.
Right.
Why doesn't everybody think like I do?
No kidding.
Pamela, where were you born?
Here.
Cleveland, literally? I think we've talked about this before, but it was probably at a time I wasn't ready to make new memories. So I'm guessing.
Right.
Might have been at the beach for
I'm thinking
for
the
our
beach,
mom's
yeah.
sand thing.
I think it was the beach,
Yeah. But you're born and raised in Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
That is so interesting and unique because
It's nothing. It's just local person.
everybody's story is interesting because
Well, it
it's
says
not
I'm
my
sheltered.
story.
Huh?
You say I'm sheltered.
Well, I mean,
Not at all.
Yeah, 'cause
I've already
I'm-
picked up
I'm
on the
not
fact that you're
warm.
not sheltered. No, you. We have plenty of. Maybe I'll have to edit this out. I know a lot. I'm not going to say who they are, but I've spent enough time all over the country that there's people that are sheltered and there's people that not. You have enough perspective that I can tell you're not. So.
Yep.
You're going to make me carry the conversation, aren't you?
Probably.
It's making you nervous that we're recording.
Yes.
Oh gosh, you don't have to be. I turn the camera.
You know
off.
what? This is. That
I'm a
reminds me.
private person.
She's
I'm not
like
one-
this.
Oh, then-
her own daughter takes
I'm not.
advantage of this
Yes.
big time.
Okay.
She will. Her daughter will fuck with her. Like we went out
And
for
I'm-
her daughter's birthday to a really. I don't remember the name of the place, Chattanooga. It's the best chicken I've had my entire life.
Mhm.
Best fries.
State of confusion.
Oh my god.
That's the name of it, really?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was unbelievable. Like I just first bite, I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
This is like one of the best things I've eaten in my entire life. It was that good. It was amazing. But her daughter, oh, she just fucks with her so hard. It's hilarious. I mean, in the car on the way back.
What's your daughter's name?
She really.
Kodi.
Yeah.
Cody. Okay.
Yeah, she's real sarcastic, and she's got, she'll push her buttons. It's funny. It's funny to witness it 'cause it's hilarious.
So I just need to set up a camera in the car when your daughter's driving you somewhere.
It could if you really. Now that Ken's got this equipment, so it's not wasted. Why don't you call up your daughter and her husband and have them stop by?
Yeah, that'd be the best.
We get
ever.
some on film.
Do we have another chair? We have another chair.
I bet you if you were to tell her
What's happening
that-
at this
that-
moment?
yeah, we got all
Put her on
film.
speaker and
She
say.
actually does some podcasts.
Oh, she
Then
does.
she needs to come over and meet
She's
me.
actually in common.
She does the what is it?
Retina.
No, the commercial thing. She don't do it now. I think she quit, but she would do the voiceovers. Is that what it was?
She does voiceover work.
Yeah.
She also
did
worked for a
voiceover.
news station for a little bit.
Yeah, like
when
commercials.
So she could probably
She took-
teach me stuff.
She took a lot of that in college. But she.
Are they home? Call her.
Right there. They're like right there.
Yeah.
There's no video.
Walking distance.
And by the way, this is not to get into personal stuff and private person. I'm not trying to pry. I'm not Oprah. I'm not
Right.
trying to get down to your nitty gritty stuff. I don't care. It's just about God. You guys. I mean, me and my brother are dealing with shit with my dad right now, and you've been amazing. It's awesome that you're letting me come over and hang out. And you made me dinner, and just about good people and good times, and
Yeah.
just letting you know that I appreciate you.
I'm just glad you're here.
And it's also more about hearing. I like to hear about people, so it's fine that you're private. I do enjoy, like I said, hearing other people's stories because they're all different than mine and they're all interesting.
Yeah, right.
Because you've gone through shit. You've gone through stuff, not shit.
Everybody.
You've gone through stuff that I haven't gone through, and
she's actually, you know, that's another thing.
So I guess Wes is going to tell your story. So you can just be quiet.
But with Mom, her and her best friend Sherry were a big help to me because she's been through all this. You know, her mom and dad had. Your mom had a stroke and they had dementia. Your mom had dementia too, or was it just the mother?
No, this stroke caused brain damage and it caused similarities of dementia because it damaged the brain.
But she would, you know, she'd been
like
through
4 years.
all of these things that when I first went up there with Mom, and you know, she really helped out a lot. You know, helped me understand things, I guess. Kind of like actually your guys' that book you and Pamela, I guess it was Pamela's idea from the therapist. You guys see that little thing about death, that little pamphlet?
Oh,
which was really, really cool. That was, you know, as I read it, what was really interesting to me is that, you know, I'm sure everybody at some point, you think yourself as unique. Like, well, you know, I don't think like everybody else. But then when something like that comes along, you realize, because almost every single person does, experiences, thinks the same way in a lot of ways. And it made me think about that. Because in order for that to be so accurate, that means that over lots of time, you know, someone has interviewed lots of people or whatever, been in the hospital or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, because the author was a hospice nurse, I think.
Oh, okay. That explains it right there.
Yeah.
The on-hand personal experience with a whole variety of people and all the similar things, stages, I guess, that you went through and all that. And that was, it was a big thing. But anyway, her best friend Sherry, you know, the retired RN who helped. That's why Dad's in there for $1,600 and something less.
Oh, right.
Because her friend, she called her, and Sherry called the gal she knew and asked if she could do something, and that's how. Because it with the whatever the
Melina.
Oh, that's her name, Melina.
No, it's Melina. Yeah,
it's totally fine.
$38.92 or whatever would have been, you know.
I deal with dogs and cats. I don't mind the animal hair.
Anyway. Yeah, that's what I keep getting paranoid about. If he fucks up and gets kicked out of there, hell, it's like there is no place. He can't afford it.
So it's funny. When I obviously went through it today, when I pulled in the parking lot, I did notice there's a hospice place right across the street.
Oh yeah, there is.
I mean, if it comes to that, which I think
right.
it's going to.
Yeah. Well, it will for sure.
That is true. I forgot about that.
I just saw the sign.
You're right. There is directly across. In fact, I think on my property, the mobile home, Melissa, her mom, I would see her pick up. I would pick up Dad for breakfast or something, and so I asked her because I know her mom almost died. She was in the hospital about a year ago or something, and I asked, how's your mom doing? She had broke her hip, and she was in, not the hospice place, but right past it. There's another facility there.
Okay.
That she was in, and she might still be there. I don't know, but anyway, there are a few other facilities up there. It's just.
Well, actually, then being there today, the staff doesn't seem stressed, and obviously they don't necessarily know about this stuff, but
they don't know about the cancer, but they know about everything else.
But they don't seem stressed. They seem to just understand who he is, and
well, the funny thing is, you go in there.
You're right. Most in the medical field have experienced this with different patients, so
it's part of their
that
thing.
was one of the upsetting parts when he went into the hospital and they acted like they did because
they know better.
The medical profession, he had just had a light stroke.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about
when he
at the hospital,
the one back in
December.
Christmas.
Yes, when he had the stroke and
and our hospital acted like anything he did or said, and
and they wrote up.
He was messed up on the new meds.
Well, he was on the meds. He had the stroke.
But then he was making stupid statements.
They had the ass alarm on him, and he was.
He thought the aliens came and was taking over.
Oh, well, and he also thought that
He thought he was in jail.
Somehow he
thought
connected.
he was in
connected
jail.
being there to the Trump cronies who are trying to take
Yes.
over the
Oh
world.
yeah,
Exactly.
right.
And the Trump people had him in a hotel one
Yeah.
night.
Yes.
Right. I know.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
then
dude?
he
This
had-
never
he-
happened.
He had one where him and Ed were somewhere and they got in a big fight. Ed got stabbed to death
Right.
and was dead. And Dad's telling me about cracking this guy, and I'm like listening to all this shit. I go, it was a dream. I just seen Ed yesterday. He's fine. You know.
Yeah. But that was, I think Wes has said that was a hospital that you don't recommend. You don't
that's
recommend
the
that
Cleveland Hospital.
Well, it saved my life, but
Has it
Well, yeah, but that,
changed?
that
It's
had to do with
gone
your
down, I
doctor,
guess,
really,
since
don't you
then.
think?
yes,
The particular
well,
doctor
that and
you
the
had?
nurses.
I would say that Dad's first
The
doctor
nurses were fantastic.
was a woman from India, and I thought her to be a seemingly very good doctor. I liked everything about her. I thought she was great, you know. But all her problems had nothing to do with the doctor.
Right.
You know, it was the.
It was almost a support staff at the hospital.
It was the one that does the transition out. What did they call her? That one bitch.
Oh, you're talking the social worker.
The
social worker, yes.
Yeah, that's the one that was the problem. She was a complete fucking bitch.
Yeah,
No
but
names,
she gets
you know.
some of
No
her
names.
reports.
Yeah, I won't mention her name, but
She
I
gets some of her
like to
reports from
get my
the
fucking
nurses'
hand around her
staff.
neck and strangle her to death.
And I do think COVID had a lot to do with because there was so many in the medical field that were working triple shifts just constantly.
yes.
Yeah, and then when all of that finally,
That-
praise God, kind of resolved.
That was a complete paradigm shift of what happened, and
Oh, yeah.
and I think it probably had to hit healthcare workers the hardest because they
Oh, yeah.
dealt with a lot of that shit.
Exactly. So now it's like it's just they're just too relaxed in a lot of ways now, and
Well, I
It's
imagine at that
affecting.
point in the beginning of that, you're working in a hospital, you know, that had to be a little bit trippy because you don't know, fuck, you can get this and die. You
Yeah.
know, I would think odds are you're gonna get it.
And not only that, with all the and I'm not
Because
making
you didn't know how.
I'm not making a
dangerous
judgment on if it was right or wrong, but all of the, especially for the first 6 months or year of the pandemic, all the restrictions,
Oh, yeah.
so the healthcare staff had to deal with patients coming in that were gonna die,
Yeah.
and they had to be the ones to say, no, you can't go see your mom.
Right.
You can't be in the
Right.
room.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the
Yes.
trauma
Yeah.
and the pressure that
Yes.
puts on a
I
healthcare
wouldn't even
worker?
want to. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna let you
Exactly.
in the back door. I get fired. Because yeah, that's that's one of the reasons for Lacey with them pictures. Because when Dave went in and died, and I remember her expressing to me, she was like, she couldn't see him.
And they're
It just-
like,
it just
well, we
killed
can't
her.
spread COVID. I'm like, he's fucking dying.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna be dead.
It's not the
What the
healthcare
fuck?
staffs. They're not the ones making the rules, but
Right.
they,
No,
they
they're
are the
not.
ones that have to deal with the family.
They're the
and
ones that
friends.
have to
and it just seemed like maybe
enforce the
that
rules.
may have affected because they had I don't know if it had anything to do with it. Anyway,
Yeah, that was a fucked up situation.
I mean, it affected the whole country in different ways, but
Yeah.
that was the pressure.
the
was,
point of the thing is they knew. I mean, they've dealt with patients all the time, stroke patients. And,
Oh yeah,
you know,
she was with Dad.
and
of
that
course.
aggravated me on that. And then, like you said, the one where at Brickdale, they totally get it.
yeah, they seem to. They
Yeah.
seem great.
I know. I talked to
They're really
a
good
couple
there.
of them, the one younger blonde gal, the one that Dad asked for her to bring him a Viagra. She's married and pregnant.
No, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
No. Our dad did that? No way.
Well, she goes, I don't know why I'd bring you Viagra. You can't do anything with it anyway. Which I thought was,
Perfect.
yeah,
Thank
no,
God.
she's good. She
Thank
knows how to
God.
handle his ass.
Oh my God.
And but anyway, her and that gal, I think her name's Tammy, the one in the evenings, who seems to be really nice, and and they talk good about him, and I tell them, I'm like, I'm sorry, I know he's can be a fucking prick to you gals here.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, look, it's part of the job. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's still.
I'm pretty sure.
Because I know
you don't
he's
get paid
probably
enough for
the
that.
high end. If you got a graph or a
scale.
spectrum with a scale,
Of your
he's-
perfect
yeah,
patient and your
complete fucking asshole, he's going to be at the top of the list. Here's mom and here's dad.
Yeah, well, that's a funny contrast. Yeah, we could actually use that as the spectrum. Oh my
You ain't
God.
shitting. Yeah, isn't that terrible? We got a full
Jesus.
spectrum between our mother and father.
Oh God.
I don't know if I said this to you. I think I did. I know I probably said it to her, but I really, and I don't know why this thought pops in my head, but I think, what if Grandpa was alive? What would he say to him at this point?
Oh shit, Dad's dad?
Yeah.
Oh God, there's no way to know.
Well, there's no way to know, but
Yeah.
the thought pops in my head. I think, I almost wanted to say to him once, what would your dad say to you right now, the way you're acting?
Yeah.
Because I think the reason I think that is because I actually told Tyler a while back, a year or two ago, we were talking, and, Dad was being an asshole. This is back when he's in the trailer, but he's being a fucking prick.
Right.
And I told Tyler, I said, listen, I don't give a fuck if it's a medical reason. If down the road something happens to me and I start being an asshole, I want you to just fucking quit talking to me and don't do it. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's not like I'm being angry about Dad. It's a matter I don't want you to deal with
Have
this
to go
shit.
through with it, right?
And I really am. When I tell you that, I mean it. I mean, if something happens, I don't give a fuck if it's a stroke, what it is. If I become a fucking asshole to you, cut me off. Don't deal with me. Just fucking be done. Seriously.
Well, and I don't think that's.
I think that's why I think that.
Yeah,
I think that's why it popped in my head. I wonder what Grandpa would say to him. Of course, he's his child, so he's going to be.
Well, but he also had a different, because he was born and raised in Greece.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He had a different upbringing. Hopefully, it wasn't as bad as our dad's. So he might have a better perspective on it. And,
Yeah, it's hard to say.
But also, we have, like we said, we have our mom in us too. So I don't think that would ever happen to us, unless it was like a traumatic
then-
brain injury.
Well,
It's
that's
like
what I
I
was talking
asked
about.
Wes though, because before your father got sick, was he like this before?
He could be an asshole.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes, yeah. He
Oh.
could be. Well, he was
This is the-
Ken said, or what Mom said to him, and this is true. He was used to being able to bully his way through things. through
That's
life.
what he does. He bullies Wes.
Yes.
Well,
he bullies everybody.
He has. I mean,
I mean,
I
Wes
look back in Oregon.
would go to work. He would fix him breakfast or get it before he went. He'd get back. He'd make sure he had something for lunch, and then he'd get back, run to the store, buy
Right.
him dinner, and bring that to him, which is great. I'm not saying that. It's just then he would still get yelled at. And
But then he
bullied.
would bitch.
Yeah. So no, yeah. This I had the same conversation with my Pamela, because obviously both of you haven't known him for 51 years like I
Right,
have, and
right.
52.
Yeah.
Say 52.
Yeah.
52 years like he
Right,
has.
Me too. That's right. The hell, man. I've been
You
lying
love
to you
your
all this
brother.
time.
Yeah.
But no, it all comes down to look at the bottom, deep down his core, he is a
Good man.
person,
Yeah.
but came his childhood and coming from how he grew up and the trauma and just this growing up with this incredible inferiority complex
Yeah.
because of the way he was raised and where he came from. He is so gosh damn insecure, and he never moved past that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Right.
he
That's
never
right.
was able to evolve past the insecurity and deal with it to be able to move on.
Yeah.
Kindest guy in the world in one moment, and an insensitive prick in the other moment. But that's all that comes from insecurities about himself
I
that he
agree.
never dealt with.
Yeah.
But no, this, to answer your question, this is the same guy that we've lived with for, and it was most of the time it was good,
Oh yeah.
and never abusive,
Yeah. that's
never
right.
abusive at all.
That's right.
I mean, at least not not physically
Not
or anything.
physically.
There was and even he was never
More of a
like
manipulation.
yes, and more about like always being catered to and.
Yeah.
Always the insecurity manifests itself in the one where he'll just stomp his feet and say, "I don't need anybody's help. I'm a strong, independent man."
Yeah.
But then, always having everything done for him.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
with our mom first, and then
Yeah.
his second wife, Luann.
Yeah.
You think he was doing laundry? Do you think? Again, I'm not trying to badmouth him,
She
but
drove him to and from the bar.
But he would talk about how I don't need any help, and then all he needs is fucking help. That's the way to sum it up, right there.
That's exactly
It's the same shit that's going on right now. Is I don't need any help. I don't need to be in here. Oh, how do you work this phone?
Yeah.
How do you turn the TV on?
I would say at his peak, he was capable of cooking bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs. At his peak.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. You know, he might make himself some
Which is
breakfast.
why I'm always like, and this place, obviously, and then even the place that we had him for a little bit in Vancouver, I'm like, it's like he does everything he possibly can to make his life harder.
Oh, yeah.
When the easy life is offered right in front of him, and he can't stand it. It's like, no, I have to make the choices that are going to make my life more difficult.
That's right.
Where he's living now, he doesn't have to worry about cooking, doesn't have to worry about laundry, doesn't have to worry about cleaning his fucking apartment.
Hell, they
It's
help
all
him take
taken
a
care
fucking
of.
shower twice a week.
Yes.
Even the shower.
But that's not. I don't need any of this help. But okay, it's not something I'm gonna do on my own.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back to
No,
live
he
in a
wants
trailer.
y'all to live with him and take care of him.
Right.
Yeah, which ain't gonna happen.
I mean,
That's
that's
not okay.
Really, I know, but
No, it's fucking
that's
bullshit.
what he's wanting.
And that's kind of the conversation I had today when I was, I can't get the logic and shit doesn't work on him.
Yeah.
But I was also like, look, Dad, nobody can take care of you. We don't have a room. We don't have a house for it. We all have to work. We have jobs.
Yeah.
We can't be your caretaker.
I
That's
told
why.
him flat out
That's why you need to be here.
that the only way, if he's not there, the only way it works if I quit my job and I tell him I will not do that for you. I said, I've done enough of that. I will not quit this job for you. I'm not giving up
But
my
that's
house
also
for
not.
you.
No child should have to be their parent's caretaker.
Fuck
That's
that.
not healthy.
Well, I mean,
It wouldn't be enough.
I would say
anyway.
this.
It
No.
wouldn't. It wouldn't. That's what's telling Wes. He would still bully.
It would never be enough. He was
It
still
would
bullying
never
him.
be enough.
Yeah.
Where I don't need any help, but can you, hook up my trailer? If you don't need any help and you have this fantasy of going to Arizona with your friends and living in your trailer, well, go ahead, hook it up. Hook it up and drive there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know how to hook it up? Do you know how to turn the fucking
That's
power
what I
on?
mean.
Probably-
Even when Wes was doing all of that, he got mad at Wes because Wes had the
2
keys
and
to his
3/8
truck.
or something.
Wouldn't
Which
give
is
him,
insane.
that's
My
what I mean.
skill
He
saw
still
has the
picked
guard
and
removed.
started
That's how
argument,
come you can
no
put
matter what
the 8
had
1/4
happened.
blade
Yeah.
on. So you don't
And
want to
he's
use
so
it.
tender-hearted.
Yeah.
It kills me because he was so sweet. To
Well,
his father.
and what sucks is now, I mean, I can see the toll it's taken on Wes. Like,
It is.
Fuck, man.
It is. It's
I know she
affecting
knows.
him.
Because like you said, you
Mentally
can't.
a
You're
lot.
trying to shut your brain off at night to go to sleep, and you can't shut your fucking brain off. Yeah, I
He
know.
stays depressed now a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So that's why. That's why
I got a big shot in the arm today with the permit thing and all that. That really boosted my morale because I know very soon.
I think seeing you.
Oh, I know I'll get the permit
I don't
next
think so.
week.
I'm annoying.
Little brothers are supposed to be. That's their job.
I know, I'm
You're
good
doing
at
it good.
But yeah,
That's
it's
crazy. about you.
although I don't know, it brought some. Well, you heard me talk to Paul Young about it on the podcast. Ever since Mom passed,
Yeah.
something switched in me.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I did. I picked up on that. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's-
caught
In
that.
what way?
It's annoying because I'm more in touch with my gosh damn fucking emotions now. It's so
Yeah.
fucking tedious.
Right.
I'm gonna go back to being shut off.
Yeah, right.
I'm crying over having to put a dog down.
Yeah.
I go to my author's event and I'm hearing one of the authors talk about their book and I have to leave the room because I'm fucking crying. Are you kidding me with this?
Yeah.
This shit never happened for 50 years.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I watch a fucking movie. I'm watching Avengers Endgame. And where Tony Stark, Iron Man, dies at the end. I
Yeah.
was watching it on the plane
I
flight
know
over.
that's awesome. I mean,
I'm
awful.
on the plane with people around me watching.
Oh,
and
watching
I'm
the
fucking
plane?
bawling.
No.
Because his wife, Pepper, is right there saying, "It's okay, Tony. You can rest. You can rest. We're gonna be okay." And I'm fucking wiping tears out on a plane full of strangers. I don't like this new kid.
Okay.
God. My therapist tells me it's good. It's healthy.
Yes.
Fucking Lindsay. Yeah, Lindsay, I'm giving you a shout out. Oh, you can't see me. There's no camera. But yes, you're the best, Lindsay. I'm going to keep seeing you, but damn you.
You can turn the camera on. Just kind of angle it where it
You'll
just
be all
gets
right.
you.
Just
We can trade seats, and I can put her on.
Okay.
Just turn it
All
on.
right.
That's fine with me.
All right.
Put it on Wes.
Now, how do I turn it back on? I've never turned it off. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're good. So you sit down, and I'll get you out of frame. Okay.
I don't think you need to worry about that.
There we
Just
go.
sit down.
Yeah. So you're fine. You're not in frame anymore. You can look. You can see.
Don't worry.
No, I gotta turn it more.
Your daughter will get the edited version.
Oh, that's good.
I'll get you.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you her daughter's number, and you can send it to her.
So I'll be right there. Yeah, we're good.
She enjoys it so much. I hate to just let her. She's always pushed on buttons, my daughter.
And you don't want to let her do it in front of me? I would enjoy it.
Oh, I don't know.
Be
if
nice
you
if
want
it
me to
was
really
recorded.
call her.
Yes. Did you miss the first 6 times we said it? Jesus.
That's not my phone. I
Because she can sit here and she's on camera, but you can stay
want
off.
me to give her just coming down.
Just say we're recording a podcast with Wes's brother. Come over.
There you go.
Jesus.
That'll work.
You missed
Like
again. I was like, we weren't kidding. Tell her I have a 0 carb Gatorade for her. Because I care about the health and shit. So.
Actually, we got ciders in there. She'll drink them.
She likes
Right. And
But yes, you are totally out of
and
camera now.
it's Kodi, and her husband's name is Colby.
That'll be easy
Can
to
you
remember,
imagine
actually.
the difficulty I had with that?
Especially after a couple
Oh,
drinks.
fuck. Oh my god, that was just really hard to memorize. You know, I always say
Right.
Kodi when I'm talking about Colby, or vice versa. So,
Oh my gosh, that's plenty loud.
What
I'm
are
gonna
you
actually
doing?
lower the volume a little bit.
huh?
We're doing a podcast here at the house. Would y'all like to join
15
us?
minutes would be fine.
Because excuse me.
Really, we just want to see you put your mother on the spot while on camera.
Did you hear that?
Push a couple of her buttons.
He said, do you want to put your mother on the spot in front of camera? Because we're doing, Ken's here, his brother, and we're doing a podcast here at my house. I wanted to see if y'all wanted to come by.
And your mommy is being camera shy.
I'm being camera shy.
You're actually on mic right now. This call is going over it. So.
Right. We're trying to get her out of her
We're
shell.
going to put you on speaker. Do what now?
Yeah, just set the phone by the mic. You're actually on a mic right now.
That's
Oh,
Ken.
awesome. And unfiltered, yes!
Yes, pretty much that's what I was trying to tell my brother. That is exactly your style. Unfiltered.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm an angel. I would never say anything anyone would be ashamed of.
Well, that's what your mother told me.
So, wait, who has the Dodge in the driveway, first off?
That's our dad's truck. I got my brother's driving it while he's here.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
But-
That's a pass.
But you,
Well, thank you for that. She's sassy. Where'd she get that from?
There you
Don't even
go.
get started yet, and he already thinks I'm sassy. Oh.
That's a great first impression. So
Did
if you
y'all
guys,
just pass?
if you guys want to stop over for like 15 minutes, that'd be cool.
We are, we're actually like 5 minutes from Publix, so how long is this going to be going on?
As long until you get here, obviously.
I didn't understand any of that.
He said until you get here, obviously. Meaning if you can stop by, stop by. If
We're just gonna keep recording
The
until we
life
get
of the
here.
party will show up soon. We just have to get carrots for the cockroaches, and then we'll be back.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
didn't phase him. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all are in for it.
There you go. Well, I have no doubt that it'll be entertaining. He'll have some good
Yeah,
podcast material.
true.
And then you can
Sorry,
watch.
but I am just not a podcast person.
Then you can watch yourself. Actually, at the boat center, you can pull up the podcast and show it to all your friends and Stacy and everybody.
That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay? You don't want to share your podcast experience with your fellow coworkers? Excuse me.
chairs
should be
somewhere?
another one. I think it's in the bedroom.
Okay.
Look at the bedroom. I'm sure it's in there.
All right.
There were 6 chairs originally.
Hey, I wish it wasn't over. Perfect. So they can sit right here next to Pamela, and I'll sit here next to Wes. There we go. Yeah, 4 babies. I know. Watch that cord.
Oh yeah, come on, Tutu. Come on. Let's get a
I
cookie
think
and go
that's
back
fine
out.
enough. They can.
Okay.
Looks like.
The poor babies. I know. Outside, it's not fair.
Come on.
Tail caught it.
Yeah.
So Pamela,
Yes.
getting some good shit. I'm gonna start the recording again because this is some true stuff. That what you just mentioned made me think of something. I had this epiphany probably 8 or 10 years, 8 or 9 years ago. For most of human history, men have been the dominant.
You can agree to that one.
Have been the dominant. What's the gender on the planet? Right.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of, to quote James Brown, it's kind of been a man's world.
Yeah.
For most
Still
of human
is.
history,
Right.
and unfortunately it still is. I think it's getting better, but it still is. I had an epiphany where I'm like, I cannot believe that humans actually made it to this point in evolution, and or just in history. It doesn't matter what you believe, that we're still here. Because since men have been in charge of things for most of human history, how the fuck did we not annihilate ourselves? Because men are fucking stupid.
Right.
I have to believe it's because there was always strong women behind the scenes working men to make them, when it came to the brink of something bad happening, not controlling, but as an influence.
I'm loving
just
this.
just
You know
as an
that.
influence. Now here's the I can flip this shit.
Let's hear that part.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that.
Now there is also the concern that if women had the absolute power, they can be impulsive, they get emotional, and they can also make improper decisions. Well, okay, men get emotional too, but both sexes can get emotional and make irrational decisions due to their own. I don't even want to say character flaws, just the nature of being a man or a woman. So I think we need each other. That's the point of this. I'm not trying to
need the
bash.
balance.
I'm not trying to.
We need the
Yes,
balance.
we balance each other out. That's why it works,
That's what you
and that's
need.
why humans still
You need
exist.
partnerships and friendships
Yes.
and balance.
Yes, and we help each other and we balance each other
That's
out.
why Kid Rock
Instead of
took
superiority.
Oh, Jesus,
AR-15
don't.
or whatever to the Budweiser.
So that is
because
so
of the-
funny.
Because did you see
Because
that?
when I had, and yes, you showed me, but I'd seen it. But when I was driving out to your property,
Yeah.
and you said grab a 6-pack of anything,
Yeah.
I stopped at that little fucking one-stop market.
Yeah.
They don't have a very good selection of craft beer.
Yeah.
So, but I found myself wondering, looking in the cooler, and I was like, I can't buy fucking Bud Light.
Right.
Our brother Michael would kill me. So I got Corona. But that thought occurred to me. I was like, I'm in Tennessee. I can't buy Bud Light.
Oh yeah, that's just hilarious.
I'll get mugged as I walk out
One
of
of
the
my biker
store.
buddies though opened his fridge the other day, day before, and took pictures of Bud Light. He said, "I'm drinking Bud Light. I don't care what the commercials say. I've drunk it for years."
Well, people get caught up in stupid little things, and it catches on like wildfire because of the internet
Social media.
and social media, and everybody's doing stupid shit.
So I will say that I thought Kid Rock's video was fucking hilarious
It's funny.
as a comedy bit.
It's a comedy.
But I'm also like, you're making it a bigger thing than it should be because you're doing that.
Yes.
Like Kid Rock, just don't comment on it.
Right.
You're lending credence, or you're fanning the fire. You're
Sure.
fanning the fire
Sure.
because you're a celebrity.
Without
Right.
a doubt.
It's like, it's fine to. By the way, Bud Light can make a fucking commercial about whatever they want. they have that right. It's their business, and they shouldn't be like, there shouldn't be this ban movement, which 90% of that shit online is some loser in his mom's basement that has no job. This isn't real people.
Yeah,
Most of this is not real people.
Sure.
I don't care about the thing. Everybody has the right to do whatever, but you shouldn't cancel a company because they made a commercial. You know, and look, I haven't even seen the fucking commercial. I get the gist of what it is, but I'm like,
particularly in America,
they can market whatever they want. They can have whoever they want in their fucking commercial.
Yeah.
You like the product or you don't. Speak with your dollar.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm not going to cancel them.
Right.
It's their business. They get to do what they want.
Yeah, but I think, though, I want to say it's mostly men in this case. It's a manly beer to them. And when you kind of, they stand back and they don't say anything, they stand back, they don't say anything, they stand back, they don't say anything, and then it's like, okay, you finally pushed my button.
Oh, I totally get that. And
I
maybe,
think
again, because I haven't actually seen the
For
commercial,
the
so
record,
maybe I don't understand what the problem was.
Over transgender.
Right, they hire a transgender person to do a commercial, but I don't know what I don't know what the script of it was. I don't know what was said in the commercial.
Oh, I don't actually know the lines. I saw the.
But for the record, since it's being recorded on film, I've always said that Budweiser and Bud Light and all them were fucking girly beers. Always said that.
But it's okay to be a girly beer. We're not judging.
Right.
He's never liked Bud Light. That's true.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't either. And believe me, our dad.
What he's told me is just a cheap.
Our dad grew
beer.
up on regular Budweiser,
Yeah.
which is better than Bud Light, but it still sucks. I don't like Bud.
I would think that probably somewhere in the Anheuser-Busch realm that at least one mansion was paid by the lifelong expense of our dad drinking Bud or Bud Light.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
He probably paid for one mansion.
Or at least he paid his alimony, huh? Our dad paid some Anheuser-Busch's fucking execs alimony.
Alimony, right? No shit. Oh man.
So yeah, again, I don't, and believe me, I'm probably on the same side as a lot of people are as far as the whole fucking woke movement shit. It seemed gratuitous. Everybody has a right to be and live how they want. That's fine, but it has gone.
You still don't push it on other people, especially children.
Don't get me started on that fucking shit.
That's
insane.
A bunch of crap.
That is insane that you're gonna allow a fucking 8-year-old to make that decision.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's
okay,
where a
we're
lot
on
of
the same page there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even,
how about Tom Brady and Kenny Chesney? No Shoes Nation rules, and Tom Brady is the best ever. I'm gonna get off this hot button issue before I go off.
There you go.
Yeah, because.
But no, we're like-minded on this.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I know so. Oh, God, I'm not perfect, but I'm original. I need one of those.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, by the way, so that's funny. Ever since my trip back here, I can't find my fucking No Shoes Nation hat. I gave it to Dad last trip out here. It's on the floor. It's on the floor in his room. I just saw it. I go, I've been looking for that thing for fucking 4 months. And it's fine. I'm glad he has it, but I'm like, that's where it is. Shit.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I seen it the last time in there when I went and got his laundry. I took it each last Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
That's fine. I gave it to him on the last shows. I'm like, I can just order another one. Because I'm bald. My head burns. I need a hat.
Yeah, it's when I'm out there in the escalator with a do-rag. Keeping my head from
right.
burnt.
Oh, yeah. So when I pulled up, he was on the excavator. I got some great video of it. All right.
What is it?
It's really happening, man.
Cool.
He's excavating his property. Eventually going to be a shop down here and a house up the hill. Progress
All
is
right,
happening.
Wes. It's becoming
almost like he
a
knows what he's
reality.
doing.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get on it.
And of course, I had to narrate it. So.
Oh, great. Oh, I love it's great.
I know, man. That was it's just the timing was perfect because he was still on the excavator when I walked up. I was like, oh, I got to get this on video. Because when I worked for that paving company in Canby, Eagle Elsner, there was a couple of times randomly on I forgot why I had to do it, but on a job site where everybody was gone. It was the end of the day on a Friday, like at 5, and everybody already went home. And I had to either move or do something, which I'd never been trained on it. But I remember a couple times trying to get in a fucking like a front loader. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I did the front loader one time, and then an excavator the second time. And I'm like, yeah, I tried for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, I'm gonna hurt somebody or myself. It's like because the control arms and the pedals, nothing is organic to driving a car.
Oh yeah,
it's totally different. Yeah.
And this excavator I don't like because normally some of them have an option of if you want to drive it with your hands or your feet. I like to steer with my feet.
You mean tracks. Like the wheels or the tracks are controlled
with my feet,
front and back are controlled by pedals?
If you push with your heels, you go back. You push forward, you go forward. And this one,
oh my God, that's insane.
It's got little handlebars, and you can push on them and go forward, but to go backwards, you must grab them and pull them back because the pedals they don't go both ways.
They don't have a toggle on them.
It drives me crazy.
Oh my God, you know? That's almost as bad as like driving in Europe when you have to drive on the other side of the road. And you're trying to shift with your left arm.
Yeah. Believe me, I know. And I was driving that van in Japan with third gear was second or third. I can't remember. It had a gear out that went out, and I shifted left-handed, tried to miss that gear. In a diesel with no turbo, 4-cylinder diesel van, so it's just bogging. Anyway, it was interesting.
But it's and even when you were looking at your
blinkers and your wipers and your blinkers are the opposite side of the steering.
Okay, but
every time I went back and forth, the first day
is the clutch and the brake pedal on the same?
Oh, they're the same.
And the gas is on the right.
Yeah, all your pedals are identical. It's just left-hand turns are right-hand turns, right-hand turns are left-hand turns.
And then is first gear?
It's the same. Pattern's the same.
You mean first is still this? No, I'm sorry. First is still all the way to.
It's the same pattern, but uses a different hand. So there's no difference in the pedals or the pattern of the shifter. But your blinker and wiper switches are opposite, and of course you're on the opposite of the car.
I don't understand why.
And so
can't we just get on one page?
You can make a left-hand turn, stop and go.
You're in frame. You should lean back, or I can turn the camera. Unless you, I'll turn the camera because when they get here, you might lean in. So I want to make sure you're off camera.
Oh no, we didn't keep her on camera.
No, I promised her I wouldn't. So that's fine. Let's focus on Wes.
Well, when her daughter gets here, and
they're both going to sit here.
Then I think she should be on the camera. That's the whole point.
We'll let Kodi decide that. Kodi might make her mom get on camera.
Well, just show her how to adjust it, and I think it'll happen.
Oh shit! Then I won't get in trouble. It'll be your daughter's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're evil. We're evil when we get together and put those heads together. We come up with plans.
It's like them two when they're together, they come up with plans.
Yeah, actually,
Kodi and Colby.
She had a video that Colby, he works for the state of Tennessee Parks.
No, he works for the state of Tennessee in the environmental area.
Okay. I'm the state of Tennessee. So anyway, she shows this little video.
There's Booney. They're here.
That he comes in the front door of the house, and she's got one of them Nerf cannon things.
Oh, right.
It was fucking hilarious. He runs into a room, comes out with another. You can just tell her. Hey, what's up, buddy?
That's hilarious.
What's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. How you going, buddy?
Here, pull it tighter up, and then they won't.
There you go. Hey guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, you weren't kidding. This is a real podcast.
Oh yeah. No,
I thought I made that clear.
I mean, around here, everyone's kind of full of it. So
I know. Kodi, it's nice to meet you. And Colby. Ken, nice to meet you, man. Your guys' seats are here. Your mom doesn't want to be on camera, so
like, what is this for? What's your channel?
I'm on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'm only like 15 episodes in.
Okay, but what is it
He
for?
did the one with the author of the Shack that we were talking about.
Neil Gaiman?
Paul Young.
Paul Young.
That wrote The Shack, that book, and that movie. Have you heard about it? Or
Yeah.
What I was telling you
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. What's her name? The actress that was in it
In the
primarily.
movie?
Yeah, in the movie.
Oh God! Well, the main guy actor is Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't know he was in that. I haven't seen the movie, so.
I haven't seen the movie either. I've just seen previews.
yeah, it's on Netflix, I
But
think.
I love
Sam
her.
Worthington's good.
Are you talking about?
When I told you that, you recognized the author's name because you.
No,
And
I
like-
didn't know the author's
And like
name.
Tim McGraw plays his neighbor.
I know my kid.
And there's a couple of, like, I know who you're talking about, the famous actress that was kind of during the main scenes when he's going through his whole talk with God and Jesus and all that.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. I know who you're talking about.
Did she play God in that?
I think she,
Or like a version of
actually
God?
she does play God, I believe, because it was, but there's several versions of God. One of them is a big black woman. Is also plays God in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I totally forgot her name. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen
Next
the
drinks,
movie
or
or
you
read the book, but
Out of the fridge? What would you like?
I'm good. I'm good right now.
You sure?
well, we drank before
Well, I mean,
we
there's
came.
ciders and there's ales to drink here, I believe.
There's ciders and there's.
So Colby wants to be off camera too. I see what you're doing there. Okay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. No pressure.
If you guys want a bottle of wine too, you're welcome to that.
I'll just get a beer.
He just wants to get you drunk. That's all he wants.
Well, it usually makes the podcast go better.
Well, Pamela says he's funny when he's drunk.
He is funny when he's
He is
drunk.
funny when he's
He's
drunk.
very ornery when he's
Get
drunk.
on, Ray.
Honoring. I'm not seeing him honoring.
I know, he's a sweet angel. He's never ornery.
So,
Well, that makes for good content.
Yeah. He wants you to get drunk too.
first
Open
up,
that.
Okay.
Well, I've got it right there.
he's got his pants on it and he's got an open.
Okay, so what's the premise behind your
Yeah,
podcast?
I was going to answer your That's fine. I don't. So I'm doing all this by a USB mic. It's just obviously more portable.
Yeah.
Normally I bring mic stands and have a mixer and set up a mic right in front of your face, but it's a condenser mic, so it actually picks up everybody's voice.
Yeah, Audio Technica is a good brand too.
So that author, Paul Young, I that was the only virtual podcast I've ever done. And when I listened back, I just used my microphone on my laptop, but he had one of these. And I was like, wow, you sound way better than I do. And he goes, well, he sent me a photo and he said, this is what I use. And I was like, it's like $80, man. I can do that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It makes a big difference and it picks up everything in a quiet room. Now, obviously, if you have background noise, I want a dynamic mic.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom said you had some radio time. You worked at a radio station, or?
Yes. I went to school for mass comm, so
I was
Get
just trying to get
closer to the mic.
you have to get up here where it can
It'll
hear
pick you up, but like say something.
It doesn't bite, I promise.
Say that Wes is amazing. Let's see how it goes.
Don't lie.
Let's not start out with bullshit.
Pamela, say something.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah, you're up near the red. It's fine. So we can.
She was being really quiet, so I just figured if you came, pushed a few buttons.
Literally, that's what we were talking
I'm
about.
the antagonist.
Is that how you like to push my
Literally, that's what we were talking about. Is the fact that she
and that you're not
she's
shy.
not
Yeah.
she's not listening to me, which she shouldn't. But Wes was like, if your daughter gets here, she's gonna make you do stuff.
I think it was.
You know, so there is one thing, Wes, that I don't push her buttons on as much, and that is camera. Like,
I learned quick.
yeah.
No, because I think I started it, and I could tell your mom like sat there, and then like, within 30
she was
seconds,
hiding over
she was
there.
hiding over here, and I go, if this makes you uncomfortable, like shut the camera off.
Yeah.
So I did, and then she came and sat over there, and I was like, I can put the camera off you, but
Then she said, I feel really uncomfortable without the camera, so we turned it back on.
I don't think she's ever said that in her entire life.
Those
words have
Said
never.
no.
Those words have never come out of her mouth. So
No.
anyway, sorry.
No, Colby did the same thing in the car, though. He was like, I thought podcasts were just recorded. And I was like, they are. He goes, no, I mean, like, just audio.
Just audio.
And I was like, no, a lot of them are on video now.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
think
like,
that-
I'm not getting on camera.
I think my only, I mean, other than that one with the author of the show,
Mhm.
I think other than that, the only podcast I ever watched. Well, I did the one that you and Kristen did together.
With her fiance Alex.
No, just
Oh,
with
her
Kristen.
first one.
First one. I
When
watched
she was
some of
turning
that.
30.
Kristen
Yes.
Other than that,
Oh.
it was Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's it. And that's because of Tyler. He would, we drive in the car somewhere. He whip up Joe Rogan, and we watch it on that. And I think that's the only real podcast I've seen. Just
Yeah. So let me give you the elevator speech. The origin of the podcast, it's called For Our Loved Ones, so OUR. It was an idea that our mom had back in the 90s. She was like, because her mom was born in 1908 and passed away in the 90s. So it's like, from 1908 to the 90s, can you imagine what she saw in her life?
Seen Haley's Comet twice.
Yes. And just the change. I mean, we've put people on the moon. We've split the atom and created a nuclear bomb. And Kennedy got shot. And we've gone through slavery and all that, and equal rights and just lots of good stuff too. Sorry, I don't mean to be a downer, but and my mom was like, I wish I would have just sat down, even with a handheld audio recorder, and interviewed her and have her tell her story, so we could pass it on to generations, and they can hear the person tell their story themselves instead of reading about it.
Okay.
And then,
person that experienced it.
Yeah, and our mom passed away last year, and it was quick, and unfortunately I didn't have a chance to do it with her. So I was like, after that happened, I was like, I just need to do this. And my daughter had already started her own podcast, so I helped her with the audio. She helped me with the software.
Gotcha.
So that's it. That's just talking to people, interviewing them, because everybody has an interesting story. Everybody's story is different than mine. That's why it's interesting to me. And everybody has had interesting lives and experiences that I can't relate to, but I want to hear about. Because I feel like, am I getting too intense here?
No.
I'm really passionate.
No, you're actually walking down our alley right now.
I'm really passionate about this. Right. So, and again, I'm not trying to be Rogan. I am not trying to make money off this. I'm doing it as a passion project. So I've already interviewed family members, a bunch of coworkers, friends, and I'm like, guys, let's just sit down and talk. And after 5 minutes, you'll forget the mic's there. And we're just talking.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can keep it in a digital file. I can give you copies, or you can just find it on YouTube and Spotify, and you can share it with people you care about.
Yeah.
So that was the impetus for it.
I like it.
So
that'll be fun. You're quiet.
And it's super easy. Thank God for technology. It is so gosh dang easy.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. When I was doing mine, it was very simple. I have a blue microphone.
I haven't heard the term. I should know this. I was a DJ. Blue. What's that? Is that a brand or a type?
Yeah, it's the brand. I have a Blue Yeti.
Okay.
Microphone that I use for my podcast.
Oh, that's. Is it like more portable than even this? Probably.
No, it's about the same. It's just a little bulkier than that, but it can be a uni. So it's nice because you can change it from an omnidirectional to a unidirectional if you want to, depending on what you're recording and who's in the room with you.
So old person terms, because I'm old. Do you mean you can change it from a condenser to a dynamic mic? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I changed how it picks up sound.
That's a condenser versus a from what I know. Yeah. So this is a condenser mic, which is designed to pick up a big halo of sound. A dynamic mic is what bands use on stage. It only picks up this much.
Yeah,
that's
and
what
it switches between the two.
You can control it though.
Yes.
Or does it switch automatically as necessary?
No, you have a knob on the back that allows you to choose between omnidirectional and unidirectional.
Depending on the environment you're in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much does it cost? That's actually
it's like $100. It's not expensive.
Is it USB?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
really?
a plug and play USB. I have 2 of them actually, and I love it. It's heavier than this. So this is actually easier for travel, and this is a really good mic too. Audio-Technica is an amazing brand.
And that's
Blue's
why I brought
just
it.
the leading one for podcasts, so
It's
that's
called
what most
Blue.
people go for.
That's the brand.
Yeah, Blue's the brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get one of those too. That's wow. I'm learning stuff from your daughter. I'm so glad that we forced you to have her come over.
What they blackmail you with?
You seriously want me to call her? Yeah.
Well, no. So they were awesome. Made dinner for me, and we're sitting down here, and they're catering to me and all that shit, which annoys the fuck out of me because I'd rather I like to help. I don't like being waited on, but I kept mentioning it, and when I first got here, I think I was asking about the property because I love this house. It's like a log cabin. It's freaking awesome, and you have property. And my daughter's right there. I'm like, have her come over. And then Wes, like 5 minutes later, yeah, you call them. They should come over. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, you come over. After like 6 times, she's like, oh, do you really want me to call her? I'm like, did you miss the first 6 times we said yes?
No, what she's hesitating on is like, I don't know if I want my daughter in the same room.
That could not be it. That could absolutely not be it.
Actually, I recognize that reaction.
I'm scared.
She's like, if I ignore this long
It was
enough.
deer in headlights look. You want my daughter here?
Because of your birthday was what day was that?
I don't know, 5
just like a week ago.
Yeah, it was like last
Like a
Wednesday,
week ago.
Thursday.
Maybe there hadn't been enough time between the last one.
No, we need at least 3 more weeks. Like she needs that much of a break between.
I don't believe
Well,
that. Stop.
You should have been in the car.
That's what she said.
We were turning into the gas station. I thought Mom was gonna have a heart attack because I went and she was like, "Cody, Lynn!"
She screamed as I'm turning, like I didn't see something in a car.
Well, it was her birthday, right?
I mean, I was just excited.
So yes, so she gets to do whatever she wants on her birthday.
See, she's doing it. You see.
And I love how quiet Colby's being. He's just sitting back enjoying the show.
Oh, don't.
He's not innocent.
Right in,
This is just the
they
warm-up.
play off each other a lot, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's not innocent at all. Yeah, he starts out nice
Seems
and
like a great
quiet
guy.
and charming
Nah,
and all this.
I'm sure he carries that all the way through.
Yeah, he becomes endearing at first, and then he's like this obnoxious little imp after that. But you're
God.
already endeared to him, so you have to love
That
him
kind of
through
sounds like us.
it.
We have that same affliction.
He called it an affliction. I thought you referred to it as a blessing.
I would see it as a blessing.
I was gonna say it's a good character trait.
Yeah.
We should aspire to it.
Poor Mom.
Yeah, poor me.
For the record, she raised me, so she really has no.
So part of it's her fault.
Yeah. Yeah, a large part of it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But you did. So she mentioned that you did a little time working for a radio station.
Yeah, so I graduated with a mass comm degree. So I started out in TV and radio,
Okay.
and then I switched over to PR,
Okay.
and I was doing that. And then somehow I got transferred into designing a television station, and then a production studio.
Okay.
And then designing, like revamping a radio station, and then we kind of went from there. And I do audio narration and VO and different things like that too. On the
She
side now.
mentioned you do like some voiceover work.
Yeah, I do audiobooks and I'll do commercials and I'll
that's
do different
awesome.
things like that. So that's where, like, when it comes to my mic, I use the Blue for all of that, and it's just a plug and play.
And actually, the voiceover thing is making sense now that I've talked to you. Yeah, you have a good voice. Yeah, you could totally do that.
It's bad right now because the allergies have been so bad.
Right.
I've had to like cut out like everything and be like, no, we can't do anything until this is over.
Right.
But he's starting to get into that too. So I've been training him on how to
Are
read
you
the
gonna
different
do the
characters and things. And
voiceover
so
training?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Because there is an art to that.
Well, you guys
It's
know
not you
the
have
next
to
time you're
you
doing
have
them,
to
I'd like to hear it.
you have to train your voice. You
Now,
have to
the only
treat it
one I've
good.
heard
You have to rest it. And you have to be ready to go in, and you have to use
I don't
different
know, she sent it to
inflections.
your phone?
and the
Different
mental
tone.
game
I
is
heard-
there.
I heard it
It's a
on
heavy
my
mental
phone.
game to record for a long period of time.
Oh, I can't
I
imagine.
also-
Yeah,
I'm
so
thinking,
we've
I
been
know
working with
it's
him
not,
on that
but
because he's
I
got a
don't
great
really
like
sound like it.
cartoon voice,
Okay.
and he's got a great
That's
kids
really
books
cool.
voice.
It's almost like he can do characters.
Sound, I
We're
think.
getting there
Or
with
are you
that.
saying
But I would
his
never
voice
guess.
just lends
Yeah.
to
I'd be
recording that
curious
kind of
to hear
audio?
More of that because most people you think of this deep like rich voice for audio,
They're just
something.
adding bass
Yeah,
and compression. So
You think of something like that though, and then when you hear like someone like Colby's voice, who's a lighter tone, lighter octave, going, "Oh, I do VO work too," and they're like, "What? How?" But there's a place for everybody's voice.
absolutely.
It's just finding the right character for it.
yeah, hell yeah.
So we've been working with that for him because he's been practicing with. Have you heard of Hank the Cow Dog?
Hank the
Hank the Cow Dog.
I don't think
Have
so.
you heard of Hank the Cow Dog? Both of you were deprived.
We're old. We're not deprived. We're just old.
It's
We're both over 50.
amazing. It's a children's book, but
Okay.
it's a series. There's like 86 books in the series now. I read it when I was in elementary school, and I loved it. But it's about this cow dog. He's the head of ranch security, and it's little escapades that he gets on at ranch security.
Okay.
And Colby's voice is perfect for that character, so that's what we've been reading to train him on how to read and then how to do the different.
So you're actually
voices.
having him practice, rehearse.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to talk about you like you're not here. I feel
Oh,
bad.
no, you're good.
Okay,
Oh, no, it's okay, it's
that's
fine.
why I'm trying to. I try to address you, but I know you're used to it. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So literally, she's having you read the book itself and just kind of practice and see what feels right with it.
Yeah, I'll go through it. We'll start with a chapter, and I'll read the chapter.
Oh my God, you have I just heard the voice.
Yeah.
You got it. That's awesome.
But as I go through, like if I get to where I'm just reading it, she's like, well, you're just reading it. You need to tell the story. So then
Yeah,
I'll go back
sure.
and work. Or just sometimes I'll phrase it one way, and it's well, that didn't sound good. So I'll phrase it 3 different ways for the same sentence to say, what would the character really say? How would they say it?
That's awesome.
And
And
then-
you have to put that kind of thought into it, though.
Mhm.
You really have to. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's-
basically, you have to develop a character.
Well, the characters are there. You just got to kind of get your interpretation
We'll
of
figure
it
out,
and
maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
run with
that.
that. Yeah.
Which is
Figure it
probably what can make some of those recording sessions go on and on, because you'll do 2 or 3 takes, or sometimes 5, and you're like, oh god, which one was best for that character? And then when you grab it, then you have to try to carry it for the next hour.
The entirety of the recording. So let's say that, like you said, you grab it, but you're doing an audiobook. That's not done in a day.
No.
And you have to continue to bring that voice back
So
for that character.
a week later, you have to have that same voice.
Mhm.
Jesus.
So if you have multiple, like I just did an audiobook that had 2 female characters and the rest were male. And I was doing all the voices for that. So it's not,
Let me hear the male voice.
it's, no.
Get right in front of the mic when you do it, too. I want to hear it.
It's not an expectation of like sounding like a man. It's just changing your voice enough to know that the character has shifted.
Right.
And
of course.
but because there's so many male dynamics in that book, there still had to be enough of a voice change or a dialect change to recognize which male it was.
Oh, yeah.
My voice doesn't lend itself to that kind of range, so I had to create different accents and different things to go along with it.
Because when you're going on, you're reading dialogue, you have to go back and forth between the characters.
Yeah.
The listener has to have recognized which character's talking now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes it.
yeah,
That's fucking unnerving. I hope they pay you
It's
good
a lot
for
of
that.
work.
yeah.
God, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but you create a reel at the very beginning. You go through, you ask the author about the characters, they give you like a synopsis of each character. And then you create a character reel, and you record your voice for each character on that character reel, so that if you forget, or the character comes back up later
You
on
have
in
a
the book,
reference point.
yeah, so you can go back and reflect on what you designed for that character.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes total sense. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
See, her intelligence comes after me. She took it after me.
I think she takes all of her good characteristics after you.
Oh, he's smooth, Mom.
I've been married a few times. I learned some shit.
A few times.
I'm on my 3rd now, and it's the best ever.
That was convincing. Yeah.
Mark this time. I'm gonna add that shit out. Put a marker on that.
Is she watching this? Is this
No,
live?
she doesn't watch my podcast.
That works in your favor, huh?
I tried to get her on as a guest for like a year, and she refuses. Which now you know why. So because I would do this.
So how long are your episodes generally?
Average is about an hour. My longest was the one I did with my daughter and her fiance, which went almost 2 hours. There's a few that are an hour and a half, but
Okay.
I don't think any of them are less than an hour. Most are probably an hour and 15, an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't script it. I don't even come in with I don't come in with an agenda or bullet points. It's somebody that I obviously know, at least in a periphery way. One of the best I had was this girl, Sparrow Wren. You haven't seen the podcast. I work at the Costco tire shop, and I was literally off shift. I'm going to tell the story again, but sorry. I was 7 p.m. I'm off at night, and I went in the dressing room. We had uniforms, obviously, and I was getting my all safety protection, knee pads, earbuds out. Took my belt off, and I had untucked my shirt, and I think I was going, because I go out we have a slop sink so I can wash the grease off. And I came out of the dressing room, and 2 other employees were just standing at the computer, just not paying attention. And I looked at one of the bay doors that was open, and there was this woman there, about my age, looking lost, and just waiting for somebody to acknowledge her. And I was like, all right, it's 7, and I'm supposed to be off, but I'll take a few minutes of overtime. So I wandered over and said, hey, can I help you with something? And she was the best opening line ever. She goes, so I have a really girly question. I bought this windshield wiper fluid. I don't know where to pour it in. And her car was like parked right in front of the tire shop. And I was like,
Never heard that one before.
and I said, she wasn't hitting on me. And I said, that's fine. I can help you with that. So we walk over, and I said, pop your hood. And she goes, I know where that's at. So she popped her hood and opened up the thing of windshield wiper fluid. And I was like, yeah, it's right here. And I started filling it. And I'm just holding it, slowly pouring it, because you can't see when it's full. It was a Lexus, like a really nice Lexus car, and there was no indicator on the side. I couldn't see it. So I'm kind of pouring, and at the time, I've done this a couple times, I had my nails done. I went and got a manicure, and I had them painted. And this time, I had them painted a very dark purple with some sparkles. And it was night. The sun was down. But as I'm pouring this, we just make some... You saw them last time I was here. I had them painted, yeah. And out of nowhere, we're just making small talk. And she goes, "Oh, you play guitar, don't you?" And I was like, "I actually do. How do you know that?" And she just said, "I don't know." And then she's like, "Yeah, she turns out to be a guitarist. She does like a singer-songwriter thing, and she performs." So we met, and she's like, "Yeah, I play at this place right next to your Costco." I found her on Instagram, and we exchanged messages, and I ended up booking her on my podcast. And on the podcast, we talk about that, and what she thought was it was the nails. She was like, "I saw your nails," and I was like, I think first she asked me if I had a young daughter, and I was like, "No, my daughter's 31, so that's not my excuse." And then she instantly thought, "Oh, you're a musician. You play guitar." But anyway, that was one that organically happened literally at work, and I ended up booking her a couple weeks later. We recorded like an hour and a half. She had one of the most amazing, I don't want to spoil it, stories. Married for 20 years, didn't end well, and it could have been on fucking Oprah. But she's a real sweetheart. Yeah. It just turned out awesome. I forgot why I told that story. What did you ask me to get back?
We were talking about the guests that you had on your podcast.
Yeah, so most of them were friends and family and coworkers. That was one of the few strangers I had. And the only reason I was able to have Paul Young, the author of The Shack, is because I work with his son at the tire shop.
Oh.
And he actually lives like 10 minutes from me in Vancouver, Washington.
Very cool.
Which Vancouver, Washington is right next to Portland, Oregon. It's not Vancouver, BC. Everybody thinks it's Vancouver, BC.
Apparently, that's right.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a podcast called Fictional Frontiers?
I haven't.
Okay, so that's one I did in college. It's still going now.
Are you on Spotify? Or can I find it there, or Stitcher or something? Or?
You can probably find it on Stitcher.
Okay.
But when we were doing it back in college, we had like George R.R. Martin on there. We had... And it was right
George
when...
Martin?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. It was right when Game of Thrones came out. So it was fresh.
Gimme. I'm going to make a memo. I'm not too old to know. I know how to make a memo on my phone.
Congratulations.
So, you're making fun of me.
I would never.
You're lying. So what was the podcast name?
It was called Fictional Frontiers.
Okay.
And this was an old episode. So, it's one that was way back when. And I was a producer on the show. So I didn't talk to George R.R. Martin like during the podcast.
How many years ago are we talking about that you actually recorded this?
Old.
Because podcasts have only been a thing for maybe, like Adam Curry is what they call the podfather. Like he started it way back, but it's only kind of been really growing for the last 10 years or so.
No, it's been longer than that. We started...
I'm sorry, it's longer than that, but it's only become mainstream in maybe the last 8 or 10 years. I think. Maybe that's just my perception.
Yeah, because when we started, I guess, when was this?
Fictional Frontiers with Colby.
It was probably 2000.
Cody, sorry, you're Colby.
Yeah.
God, I knew I was going to fuck that up.
It's okay, everyone else
Can
does
you
too.
both not have C names?
I have a K name, thank you.
I know.
Just so you know.
I saw it on her phone when you called.
Can you not clearly hear the difference? I don't understand.
Well, you have to enunciate the K. Emphasis on the half part of the C.
Mine has an extra, leg that comes out.
Okay, anyways, go.
But yeah, it was like 2009, I think, is when we did this podcast.
Okay.
So, but it's still going. The podcast is still going. But we had guests on all the time that were very similar in those veins because it was just the pop culture world.
Right.
And that's how we got started with my first podcast. And then just escalated from there on different, audio.
So eventually after that, you did start your own?
Yeah, I did. I tried and failed at being a marriage coach at one point, and so I had a podcast.
It's working out good. Why aren't you coaching still?
It works, But I had a podcast called.
She didn't have the patience.
Yeah, that.
You did tell me something.
Well, marriage also takes patience.
Yeah, but other people's marriages take more patience. And
yes, unfortunately, seriously.
That was too much.
Yes.
It was too much.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
How many episodes did you get into?
I think like 10 or 12.
Okay,
right. Nothing major.
That's
we put it on
more than most
YouTube. We
people
put it on
do.
podcast. Yeah, I had them once a week. It was called So You Say You're Married, and then it was just
Can I still see it on Spotify?
Yeah, it's still active.
I should just leave
It
this
was
here.
on. I uploaded it onto Anchor, so I used Anchor as my
I've heard of
distribution
that
platform.
one. I don't have it, but I've heard of it.
It's free, and that's why. And it was
Okay.
easy. It's free.
Oh, you mean
and
it's
easy.
your hosting platform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I use Buzzsprout.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've heard of Anchor.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Wes is like, what the fuck are you guys
It's all
talking
great.
about? I don't even know what language you're speaking.
So we've been talking about starting a new YouTube channel for Repta Snack and doing one for like just short educational videos for the reptiles and stuff, but we haven't launched it yet. That's still in the.
Never got to
They
the
have a
discussion
business
to tell him
feeding
about
reptiles with
reptiles. We
insects.
haven't got there.
Okay,
So
I mean,
she
that's cool.
ships and delivers. And no, it's funny because the first time we went to dinner at Frulan's,
Yes.
she goes like this. She pulls out a grub worm on her phone, and I think it was to spoil my
He's
appetite.
so
It didn't work,
nice,
but
and
it was
so
funny as hell because like this was something weird. The first thing
You
she
were
did was
testing
show
it.
me a
Oh,
grub.
yeah.
You were testing him.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Little did she
Why
know
wouldn't
that
I?
If I'm hungry, I'm eating. I don't care what I
I
see.
pulled up a
I'm eating.
Madagascar hissing cockroach on my phone.
It was
I was
pretty
like,
funny.
look at this.
It's just like wiggling around. It was hilarious.
Mom was like, please don't say the word cockroach.
Oh my
Can you
God.
just say bugs? And I was like, no, this is what they are. She loves it. She loves
Cody,
it when
will
I
you
get
not be
specific.
yourself tonight?
Just for one night.
Just
No.
for one night. Don't be yourself.
You never get a hall pass on that one.
Matter of fact, if I say that to her, it just actually
Makes it worse.
it's magnified.
That's actually an Amy Schumer line,
Right.
not
Mhm.
mine, but that's an Amy Schumer joke where she's like, "Bitch, you better not be yourself tonight."
I get that from my friends too. It doesn't work either.
Yeah.
You know how you hear that joke? There's always that one friend who you have to tell behave before you introduce
That's
them to somebody.
the end of her stand-up.
That's-
Amy Schumer talks about that at the wedding reception. I fucking love that bit.
Yeah. I'm that friend.
I like you more already. Okay, sorry. Yours was Fictional Frontiers, and yours was.
So you say you're married.
So you say you're married. Oh my God, I can relate to that. Done it a few times. I mean, the gifts are great.
I mean, if people
I support
want to
marriage.
continue
I try to
dating
do it as often as I can.
you just have to test the waters every now and then.
Now, the punchline here is my daughter has been engaged 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
The first 2 times didn't work out. She's with her 3rd fiance now. So I've been married 3 times. My daughter's been engaged 3 times.
So she learned a lesson
This is
from
called
you.
progress.
Yeah.
At least she didn't go through the fucking wedding.
Yeah. You know,
But
she
she also
saved
didn't
money.
get the gifts.
There you go. At this point, she doesn't need the gifts. She just needs money towards a honeymoon. That's
no,
all.
oh my
that's
God,
all
no.
she needs.
She makes twice what I make. She's doing just fine.
Well, considering that every time I see something, she's in Greece on the
Oh,
Mediterranean.
she's there in
sailboat
fucking
or
Mexico or
parking lot
gosh
something.
damn.
Shoot, I wouldn't get married
She's
either.
beautiful.
I love you.
She's very sweet.
No, she is. She's great.
God, and yeah, she found a great guy actually.
It's kind of funny too. I think about it because our older brothers are married 3 times.
Oh, Michael! Oh my God, that's right. It runs in the gosh damn.
But there is
Does this have something to do
there
with our
is the
dad?
thing with Michael, and maybe it's a southern thing because 2 out of 3 of his ex-wives are dead. Natural
There was
causes
no
of
reason to
things.
bring that up on the podcast.
Natural.
Well, it's just an
Natural
unusual
causes.
statistic.
Mark that time too.
That's
They
like-
didn't fall down a stair.
Natural or untraceable? Like I feel like
No,
it
they were
needs to be.
natural. They were natural. And
Oh my
you know,
God.
It's just one of those things that I find it very unusual. It's a statistic that.
Yeah, that
Is
is
it normal?
that's a statistical anomaly, as
Yeah,
they would
it
say.
is. And that's why his president, Tracy, I don't know what she would be considered now, but I
President,
guess-
whatever she would be.
Whatever she is.
well, she was a girlfriend and she was gone. Now she's back, so we don't really know what's happening.
We
with
call
that,
that a
but
ghost. It's a haunting. It
I
just
did
stays.
say that,
It has unfinished business,
At one time
so it has to
it-
linger.
that if you ever
Jesus.
get married, whatever you do, don't get divorced because 2 out of the last 3 divorces are dead at a young age.
Oh, I guess that's a selling point. You better marry me and not divorce me. Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
our neighbor, how many has she lost?
2.
Okay,
Really?
Across
She
the street,
wasn't
or
married though.
Doesn't
Neither
matter.
One of them.
still long-term commitments.
So
right?
basically, with her, you don't even got to get married. You just get in a relationship and you're dead, pretty much. Is what it
Jesus.
sounds like. That's-
Have you
that's
watched
scary.
Arsenic and Old Lace? Have you seen that play?
No.
You should.
Arsenic and what?
Old lace.
Is he going to learn something from it?
Yes.
Okay.
So there are
That's
two.
that's where I thought you were going with that.
I don't think that was the point of it.
Don't worry, if he uses any of these ideas, it's going to be obvious where they came from.
Yeah,
so he's
yeah.
going to have to get really creative. Okay.
I'm at least semi-intelligent.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, I have a repertoire. If he uses any of those, he's screwed. So.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's all on camera and video, so
Yeah,
basically.
we're documenting this
you
shit.
know.
There's no way to get away with it. I mean, unless I magically erase it from my hard drive.
Right.
Something.
Just edit that part out.
Maybe I'll just keep a copy on the thumb drive and put it in a safe deposit box.
You have the raw and unfiltered version over here, and then the edited version for public consumption.
Oh my God.
Gosh damn it, Colby. You are not talking, and we need you to talk.
Drink more.
Yeah, it's empty.
No, it's fine.
you
No,
should fix
well,
it.
we can get him another one,
No,
but
that's all right. I'm good. Thank you, though.
no, and
I mean,
get him another one.
yeah, yeah.
I know, no, seriously, no pressure. I'm just curious though.
No pressure. You have another one. No pressure.
You want a solder?
Would you like a cider?
Yes, please. Yes.
Are
Nah,
you
beer's good.
from the Cleveland area?
No.
Okay.
I'm from Missouri originally.
It's from
Okay.
Misery. That's where he's
Yeah, no.
from.
There's no reason to bring that up.
It's Misery.
No, stop saying that. It's
He's
fine.
got a brother named Wesley, but
I'm sure
He
there.
does have a brother named Wesley.
Okay, there you go.
I do.
I'm sure there's some amazing places in Missouri
Well, the first time
or Missouri.
Missouri. Cody doesn't like cold, and the first time I took her there, we pulled off at a gas station around Republic. Well, I think we were 60 miles outside of Republic, and it was one of those normal winters where it's freezing
It's not
rain.
Well,
normal. It's not
I mean, there's
normal.
colder places in the U.S. than Missouri. I mean, Missouri is not known for like North Dakota.
No, but it's still. I mean, it's in the. It's
Look,
it's
when
still pretty
icicles are pointing at me on the antenna, that's too damn cold.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you're
that's where this
you're
is
from
at.
Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So
we don't do that here.
So you've been pampered. You've
Of
been
course.
sheltered.
And I like it that
oh,
way.
how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you take her to that environment?
The summers are
misery.
hotter and the winters are colder, but yeah, there's ice on the antenna. The whole front of the truck was wrapped in ice. It was sleeting, raining, snowing, just cold, nasty. And I told her, I said, be sure to dress warm, take warm clothes.
So you gave her a heads up.
I gave her heads up. We were at Grandpa's, so
Now
there's
it's
not
on you.
much to do out there
Oh no,
except
I
work
just want clothes.
or watch westerns.
right.
So we were watching westerns and working.
For 3 days. We watched westerns nonstop for 3 days because you can't go outside.
Well, you can go outside.
I'm waiting to find the problem in this.
Yeah. Well, you
Like,
can.
I can only quote John Wayne so much.
Oh, I can do it for years.
Oh, so can he.
But she got bored and stir crazy and wanted to go outside, and I said, okay. So she put on all the clothes she brought and half the clothes I brought.
She have snow boots.
We went down to the pasture and just walking down by the creek, and she was like, all right, I've had enough. It's cold. Let's go back in.
No, what he's not describing this correctly. When he says all the clothes I brought and the clothes that he brought, I had on 4 layers underneath coveralls with my jacket, with his jacket, with a hat.
You
like,
should have been
my
fine.
arms were like this, just at
So
rest.
you look
know?
like the kid in the Christmas story.
Yes,
Going
yes.
to school.
That's exactly right. We go outside. It's like 30 minutes, and I'm like, screw this. I'm ready to go back inside. Let's watch another John
Can you
Wayne.
appreciate the outdoors in the Midwest?
No, there's no appreciation at all.
We
It's
can-
cold, frozen tundra hell, and I don't understand why
We can
people
fix
do
you.
it. I don't need fixing. I'm fine. It's everyone else.
I know you are. I'm just kidding.
If you think about it, there's really nothing to complain about. Because a long time ago, there was Indians running around with loincloths and teepees in that same environment.
They were dealing
and
with
they didn't
that.
have no problem at all.
I don't think you're really like thinking about how they use the rest of the animal to make winter clothes.
Well,
Yeah, they would-
still had that, I guess.
Yeah, but they didn't need 4 layers of yours and 6 layers of his. And,
Yeah,
sorry,
they
we're
were.
picking on you.
They
I'm
were a
sorry.
much tougher person than
a
I.
native or
Well,
Indian.
I mean, obviously, the way
I
they
would
were
live in
raised, yeah.
San Diego or somewhere where it's like nice all year round.
Yeah.
Doesn't rain, it's not cold, not too hot, not humid,
Yeah.
none of that shit.
But
'Cause
anyway,
I would think of the
she
North
makes it
Coast.
30 minutes outside, and you guys had to be there for 3 days?
We were there for about a week.
And was this with your family, or why were you
Yeah,
there?
just out visiting family.
Just hanging out, and then
Yeah.
was this the first time she'd been there?
Yeah, first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously it made an impression. I mean, you're still together. You were like, hey, that's my man.
Look, that is true love. Okay.
Yes.
But at that point, we were married. So
And of
there was
course,
no out at
Where
this
are they
point.
living?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Our first year of marriage, we lived in a camper too. So we lived in a camper
Well, that's
for
good, though.
like our first
You get
year.
to know
That
each
sounds
other
very
much
efficient.
better
It was.
in a small
It's
It was.
smart.
It was horrible, but it was.
Well, but
efficient.
it's efficient. You're saving money, and not blowing money until you decide where you want to live and if you want to buy a house or whatever. And
Yeah, that's
you could sell it when you're done with it. And
yes, or
Yeah.
keep it as a vacation thing.
We
or
didn't
whatever.
lose any money on rent, so there was that. You know.
Seriously, that's so
Yeah.
important.
That's very smart, actually. I'm all for that.
Well, you say that, but you're in your first year of marriage, and you move into
Don't
a
know
camper,
what that's like. I'm sorry.
and so
That's why he pushed the mic away, because he knew he was going to say that.
I have no clue what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I do.
could you have done your first year in any of your marriages in a camper?
No, apartment, not a camper.
Okay,
And
close
my
enough.
first two marriages both only lasted a year and a half.
Oh,
My second one, I've been with her for 11 and a half years, and we've been married since December of 2019. Officially married, but been together for 11 and a half years.
oh, okay.
Yes. So,
So what is it? Common law? You've been married since 8 years?
I mean, yeah,
You
we,
guys are
we
in
passed
Washington.
that point.
They don't got, is it
I don't know if they do actually have common law in
Remember
Washington,
Dan's,
but
one of the guys he drove with, they were in Washington, and then they moved to Oregon or moved back from Oregon to Washington, whatever, and the whole deal, all his buddies like, don't do it, she's gonna take it.
Oh,
and then
right.
They moved across the river.
Right.
She
I don't
divorced him,
remember-
took half his pension.
I don't remember which
and
state it
half
was,
the
but it
house.
might have been Washington.
It was one or the other.
I mean, the
'cause
good thing is-
he was between Portland and Vancouver.
I think
and
it
he
was
moved back
Washington.
across
I
because
think
it
it
was
was-
a
yeah.
common law
Yeah.
marriage on that side of
But
the
my
river.
advantage
And I don't remember
was
which side
that
it is.
my wife is the breadwinner. I have nothing. She can't take shit from me. So.
Oh, you know what's funny?
You did it smart this time.
Duh.
Yeah.
I don't do the, this is Venmo, Cash App stuff. very
Right,
often,
right,
but
right.
I had to do it with Jesse, and I don't know which one it is, but one of them's funny because I will see Ken pays
No.
on rent.
I use Venmo. That's how I pay my roommate.
No, I know, but I would see where.
And I never understand why Venmo publishes I don't need to know.
Everybody else's
I know,
news
I
feed.
don't
Why is
understand
that
it.
even on there?
I don't know,
get
but it amuses the hell out of me. Like when I get in there,
Well,
like who bought what from who?
It kind of irritates me. I'm like,
husband
nobody
is
needs to
paying
know
rent
who I paid
to the
what.
wife.
Yeah.
Because he is,
Yeah.
he's paying Pamela rent. I just that's funny. It's
Not
comical
this
to me.
I'm glad you enjoy it. Every time I have to send that money, I don't enjoy it.
In fact, I'm like, thank God I don't have to pay. But,
And it's not rent; it's our combined bills.
Yeah, but it's funny,
car
though,
insurance,
'cause
cell
but it
phone,
says
all that
rent on
shit.
the front.
I know.
It's
Well, I did that part on purpose.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why am I? In fact, I was like, why am I seeing this? Why is this on here?
And I'm always looking for the punchline, so I do put in there rent, even though it's not actually rent.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it just makes me. It's therapy for me.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. You're from Missouri.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Kinda.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Did you guys meet here in Cleveland or?
No, we met at Natural Tunnel, Southwest Virginia.
Okay.
Mhm.
It-
I was working as a park interpreter, leading outdoor programs,
okay.
cave trips, canoe trips, guided hikes.
Is this a summer thing or?
It was in the summertime, yeah, and then the wintertime they usually switch me over to maintenance, and then I would just do
So
trail
what
maintenance.
is the place you met?
Did you say natural tunnel?
Natural
Tunnel
Oh
State
no
Park.
shit!
Yeah.
Oh, State Park. I'm sorry. That's right, because before you came over, they mentioned that you work for the state,
State of Tennessee.
the state of Tennessee, like
Environment.
environmental
No,
stuff.
I'm an ecologist for the state, yeah.
Okay, thank you. They didn't say it right. So.
They don't know what you do. They just know you go play with things outside.
No, basically, we just know he's on the road somewhere on the shoulder because he was telling us about crawling through a 32-inch tunnel under the
road.
Under the interstate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something about walking
Okay.
under the
Just
interstate to a
checking
tunnel.
under the culverts and
Well, you
yeah.
have to.
That's right.
Like, you seriously have to,
Yeah.
man. Somebody has to check on this shit.
Yeah.
Well, he
'Cause-
also checks wetlands or
Yeah.
protect.
I
That's
delineate
awesome.
wetlands and do species work.
Yeah.
But now, are you
That's where
kind of
the
based out of
environmental
the Cleveland area, or do you sometimes have to go to a different office and stay a couple nights, or?
I'm based out of Chattanooga, but I carry I think it's 20, 21, 23 counties. So
Okay.
we just
Oh,
drive
really?
and work all day if we need to.
So
and
you
come back.
you go to you have a different set of places you have to check on a certain day. You get your 8 hours and then you go home.
Well,
Kind of.
Keep
Kinda,
in
yeah,
mind
it just-
something out here that it's very different than the West Coast. You can drive for a half hour and go through 4 counties.
That's true.
Because every county's
Yeah.
like 5-10 miles or something.
Yeah.
It's not like half the state's a county.
Yeah.
Our longest drive is usually like 2.5-3 hours.
Okay,
You drive 2.5-3 hours, work 12 hours, and then drive back.
But you can
That's a
hit
long day.
you can hit all the things you need to do on your shift within a day, and then you have a new assignment the next day with different areas you have to check.
It's mixed in field and office work. So I might be in the field I might do 3, 12, 14, 16-hour days, and then the next couple days I'm in the office just typing up reports and
And
data.
do you have to just work the 12 or 14-hour shifts as needed to get it done, or do you get to kind of set your schedule and do it when you want to?
It depends on how much we've got going on. So if we've got a whole lot of projects, you're going to work long days.
Is summer
Try
busier?
to get it done. Typically, the summer is busier. Wintertime slows down.
Because it's easier to do all that
Construction
stuff in
slows
summer.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But some of the projects are easier to walk in the wintertime because you don't have as many briars and things.
Oh, right. Seriously. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. But
Yeah.
that's actually a nice balance of are you like 70% outside and 30% in the office? 60-40?
I started at 50-50. Now it's kind of moving 70 in the office, 30 in the field.
I'm sorry.
More and more.
I would
paperwork,
assume you'd rather
so.
be outside.
I like being outside. There's some days when it's really, really hot outside, or if it's pouring down rain. Standing on the side of the interstate's not the place you want to be. But
I'm outside those days too.
Yes.
I would still rather. I think as long as you have the right rain gear and clothing, I think I'd still rather be outside on a roadside than in an office at a desk. I mean, even working at a Costco tire shop, I'm great all day until Costco's a corporation, so they obviously have lots of mandatory in-service training. So there's always, we don't matter. So whatever makes her.
I'm glad you figured this out early.
I'm a quick learner. That's what 3 marriages will do you.
Not turn it off and turn it
But
on.
so every time we have like yearly training we have to do on a computer, and as soon I have to stand to do it. If I don't, I have to have a big cup of coffee. If I sit down at a computer desk, within 15 minutes I'm falling asleep. I can't fucking do it. So.
That I would do.
Yeah.
So I would
It's already
definitely
past its
rather,
bedtime.
even if it's raining, I'd rather be on a roadside, just outdoors. Yeah. And how long have you been doing that?
10 years roughly.
You're not old enough to be doing that for 10 years. What? How old are you guys?
I'm 37.
Shut up.
Tyler and,
Why do you have so much more hair than I do?
Good genes already.
You don't look
His
that
brother
old.
doesn't, and his brother's 7 years younger.
Or is it just that I'm old and everybody looks young? I think
Well,
that's
that's
it.
what it is.
I think that's what it is.
That's
Fuck.
what it is.
Gosh damn.
We can't speak for that one yet, so you'll just leave that there.
Oh, you can. You have a punchline in your back pocket. You just don't want to say it. Because you just met me, so.
I'm being kind.
Oh,
Take
see?
it.
See, we have progress here.
Wait till that's gone and see how much kindness is left.
Oh my god! And then there'll be one right here behind it. Because I'm gonna get all these punchlines documented. I can turn it into a bit.
What do you think of that solder?
It's good. I like Strongbow.
I want that
I've heard of it.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's really good.
They're not like local, are
It's
they? I
not
think
too
I've heard
sweet.
of it.
No, I don't think they're local. I like Stella's cider a little bit better than Strongbow, but I like
What's
Strongbow.
that other one you
Bold Rock or Gypsy Circus or Woodchuck or
Gumption.
Cider Boys.
CIDRE or something, which is another way of how it's in the brand, not just solder. Is that Stella's?
Cidre.
Maybe
Is
it's
that how you say
Stella,
it?
I think you're thinking of the Stella cider. Yeah. It's CYDER.
That's the French version.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's the Stella.
R-E, not
Yeah.
R-E.
Well, the thing that's good about that is it's not overly sweet.
Mm.
Because a lot of ciders
Are
like
way
the,
too sweet, yeah.
With Angry Orchards and all that are just way too sweet.
See, I don't think Angry Orchard's sweet. I think it's too carbonated. And it just tastes bad
I
because
just
it's too
think it's
carbonated.
Yeah.
I drank
Makes
the
you
green.
burp a
I
lot,
can
too.
drink the
Jesus.
green a little bit, but even after like one or two, it's like it's getting kind of sweet.
Mm.
You know.
See, I like Gypsy Circus right now. That's
But
my
that's pretty
fave.
good. I mean, I can drink 2 or 3 of those, and they don't feel too sweet or taste too sweet.
Yeah.
So we've covered yours, and I know obviously you have this radio background. You also do a lot of voiceover work, but what
She
is
also
your
sells bugs.
the bug thing? Is that kind of your main job?
Yeah.
And
It's her business.
I'm assuming is it literally providing food for reptile owners, or
Yeah. Reptiles, exotic pets, fish, chickens.
And is
things
your
like
main customer base like exotic pet zoos, or is it individuals that happen to own reptiles?
It's
Very
individuals.
different people
Okay.
that
Yeah.
have lizards for pets.
Okay. And
I-
is that a thing in the area?
Oh, it's a thing nationwide. So, like, on average, 1 in 4 families have a reptile as a pet. In
And
the United States.
there's obviously a market for that.
Yeah.
And is there a
I would have never guessed.
so I guess is it hard
There's
to
that many weird people.
Yeah.
They're not weird. They're unique. How dare you?
Eccentric. I like the word eccentric.
Sure.
But is there are they live insects that get fed? So is it just a matter of being able to source them, package them, and sell them, or is there any processing that goes involved in it? You wouldn't process a live insect, I'm assuming.
What do you mean by process? Like drop?
There's nothing you have to do to it. You just have to catch it, put it in a container, and let somebody buy it. Is that what the business is?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot?
I love how you're wording
The
this.
business
Like,
is growing the bugs.
Because I did. That's what I was trying to get to.
I'm just picturing this visual. Like when you say catch it and package it, I just pictured you outside like chasing a grasshopper.
So you have an insect farm.
Yeah.
With a net.
Let's just get down to it.
That's what she enjoys is to watch you do that. She loves it.
I know she was totally. She just kept giving me the leash to
Yeah.
hang myself. I know.
You gotta
I just wanted to see how far you'd go for
I can go all day. I'm interested in it, but I wasn't sure what you did with bugs.
I
But I also appreciate the fact that you let me hang myself.
I'm good.
You have a good sense of humor. That's awesome. But I'm sorry. You actually grow.
Because they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
How do you, other than bees, like I've seen people that have a bee farm, but how do you grow and contain insects without them getting away?
Like
would
storage
have-
totes.
She's got us.
Literally storage totes.
It's kind of like this
Okay.
one, but
Yeah.
unfinished on the inside, probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You mean-
Drywall up.
Oh, you
Yeah,
Is it
there's
this
there's
big?
a
It's insulated drywall.
no, it's not as
Oh, that's
long.
good.
It's a 12 by 24.
Okay.
But we fully insulated it. He wired everything. We put insulation in. We put sheetrock up. We fleshed it out and
I was
climate
going to say,
controlled
since
it.
you're dealing with insects and they're small, I mean, how do you seal it so they can't get out?
Oh, well, they don't really get out.
By choice, because you leave something in there that they want?
No, it's just that you contain them in ways that they can't get out. So, like I said, storage totes.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. The particular cockroaches that I raise are called dubia roaches, and they are high in protein. They're high in nutrition, high in calcium. So
Okay.
they're an excellent source of
So if
protein.
you're ever
Okay.
after a cockroach, this is the
Yeah.
one you want to eat.
Yeah.
So you're doing the carnivore diet for these reptiles. Okay,
Exactly,
perfect.
but they can't climb, so they don't have sticky feet, so they can't
Oh,
climb
it's
like
easier to
Like a
contain
plastic
them.
Right.
surface or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And is this a specific type of insect that was already in existence, or were they bred this way to not be able to climb?
No, this is natural. This is how they were. They're just tropical. They're tropical
Oh, but-
based, and they're not.
But
US
that's obviously the best one. If you're going to harvest them and grow them, that's the best one to do.
Yeah, it's the lead on the market.
Do you ever feel like, the billionaire at the top of the ladder, and the people trying to climb?
Yeah, I
up
feel like
and
that guy all the
knocking them
time.
off,
Not.
with the non-sticky bug feet. I'm just guessing.
No, I'm kidding.
This just comes to mind. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Nice try.
So, how
Try
did you
again
get
tomorrow.
from your education background and the radio stuff and the voiceovers? How did you get into this?
I had a COVID life crisis.
Most of us did.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so
can we
that's-
talk about it?
That's
Are you
that's
okay
what
with that?
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I make a point on my podcast. I even told her when she moved off camera, I'm not Oprah. I'm not trying to get into any dirty, dark secrets. So talk about whatever you're comfortable with. But
I mean, I could probably compete like with micro and dirty jobs with what I do on a daily. So there's the dirty dark part. I don't know about secret.
no, you
But
said
yeah.
you had a COVID crisis.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I meant, but
I was
I don't know what
coaching
that
at the
is.
time. I was trying to do my own business as a marriage coach. And
right,
I hate having to sell myself. I
Yeah.
hate convincing people that you need me. And so, especially when you're in such a vulnerable state, it just wasn't a natural thing for me.
Probably wasn't the best time to start that.
It was a great time to
I mean,
start that.
it was, but yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't generating much income. It wasn't really doing much. It was still in its first year, so it's just trying to get yourself out there and market it. And there's a lot of
Right.
competition. The market's saturated. Long story short, as that was going on, a friend of mine had mentioned getting a lizard, and I had always wanted one, but I hadn't really like pulled the trigger on it. I hadn't done a lot of research or thought about it.
Okay.
So I started doing research because I hyperfixate on things.
Yeah, I see that.
And so when I was doing some serious research on my reptiles, I went and got one. And so from there, it developed into a holy shit, this thing's expensive. To I'm gonna go buy some bugs so I can raise it myself.
Repti snack?
Repti snack.
Yeah,
Oh, so the R was cut off in the photo, but
Yeah.
Repti snack.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a little dinosaur there. I like
Yeah,
that.
He's a dragon, but yeah.
But this was your first experience. You'd never owned a reptile, and then you got this one, and
He didn't eat bugs because I didn't want a reptile that ate bugs. And so I got a reptile that didn't eat bugs. They eat fermented fruit in the wild.
Okay.
So you have like this powder mix and you mix it up.
right.
And then I decided I was going to go to a reptile show to go get stuff for the reptile, and I brought home 2 more reptiles that do eat bugs. And then I was like, well, that just screwed me over. One was for her.
Colby, does this happen? Does this happen a lot with
What's
her?
going on here? Where does
Or-
reptiles come from?
You let her out of the house for like 4 hours, and she comes back with shit. Does this happen a lot?
Like daily. This is like daily. He just accepts it and rolls with it now.
Okay, but you started by actually owning your own reptiles, and somehow this leads into you deciding to start this business.
Yeah, so I had to go pay for bugs, and I didn't realize how expensive they were.
Okay.
Those things they're not cheap, especially if you're buying from like a local pet shop versus a big box store. The big box store,
Right.
it's a hit or miss on if you can actually get them or if they're even alive by the time you go to the box store. The local one, same deal, but double the price. So I found a colony that was for sale so I could raise my own and feed my own.
Locally.
Yeah.
Really?
Bought one out of
So
Chattanooga.
somebody
I'm
already
just guessing.
had that going.
Well, no, a guy had a bearded dragon, and he raised his own colony just to feed his bearded dragon. Lots of reptile owners do that. They'll raise
Okay.
their own colonies. And
Yeah, it's cheaper.
the bearded dragon wasn't eating them anymore, so he sold it, and I bought his colony for $50. And it started
It's a really
producing
low startup
more.
cost.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And started producing more than what I could feed. And so I started
You're
selling
like,
it as like a
light
side
bulb.
hustle. Yeah. And it was working, and it was making more than my current business. So like I was like, okay. So we just kind of pivoted and shifted gears, and we went from one colony to a 12 by 24 building and a full business in 2 years. So
Oh my
And they're
God, that's
going
awesome.
to
yeah,
different,
Yeah.
is it shopping malls? Where are you guys going to? I mean,
like the reptile shows.
Chattanooga and Nashville,
Yeah.
that's like a shopping mall.
They have, like,
kiosk kind of
conventions, I'm
situation,
assuming.
or?
It's like a convention. So it's a
Okay.
reptile convention. Yeah,
Yeah.
people can go
Yeah.
shopping
That makes more
for
sense,
supplies or reptiles,
But
and
it's
so
a
you
good
take
way to
People are
feeders.
there for that
spread the
specific
word about your
purpose.
business, marketing.
It is.
Kinda, but are you almost getting more success with the online push?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the shows we tried them for like what 5 shows this year?
'Cause I'm
5 or
assuming-
6.
5 or 6
I'm
shows.
assuming there's
Yeah.
a pretty big cost to even get a table at that convention.
It's
You
really
have to
not.
pay
It's like
for it.
$75.
Oh,
you
that's
know, for
that
a
cheap?
2-day show. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
not
really
bad.
not that bad as far as that goes, but it is kind of a hit or miss on how much you sell,
Yeah.
how many bug vendors are there.
And how much return you get from even spending a weekend there.
Yeah.
And then you got
So-
the whole week prior to prepping for the show.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
a
not
lot
like
of-
it's
it's a
not just
lot of
like oh it's a
hours.
Saturday,
No,
Sunday.
no.
It's all
It's a
weekend
lot of
ready
hours.
for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a lot of hours after. So if you don't sell everything, you have to unpack everything because it has to eat. So yeah, and the shows just weren't really. We canceled the rest of them for the rest of the year because they're just not. Like,
Yeah. Well, and I mean it's
Well,
online
it's more
marketing now.
different,
That's what sells.
yeah, and the
So-
clients are better that way.
Really?
Yeah, they're more loyal. They treat it more like a business. Whereas people, when they meet you face to face, they want to haggle or they want to like contact you
I
and
see
be
what
like,
you're talking
"Can I
about.
have some customized treatment? Can I have special
Because
treatment?"
initially I was
Well,
going to
this
say,
is the South, and they want to deal.
well,
Yeah.
even on the West Coast, initially I was going to say I would think it'd be better to do the in-person stuff, but you have to deal with the haggling.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think nowadays everything is so internet.
Yeah, and that's
Especially
what,
after COVID, everybody
Yeah.
is just picking up their phone or their computer and buying what the fuck they need, even groceries.
Yeah.
And that has stuck.
Yeah.
Since.
I know my needs.
I mean, yeah.
No. Pamela just as you're talking, she keeps watching how it goes into the red. She's like, "Welcome to my life." He's always in the red. Sorry, I'm the same way.
He's not sorry.
Obviously, I'm the same way. Look at it flatlining.
You just project well. That's all it is.
I mean, you say tomato, I say tomato.
It's okay.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Yeah,
What's up, buddy? Go bite her.
Vinny says, I bite no one if they pet me.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
So is this a relative of your dogs?
No.
No, that's our boy.
How many dogs you guys got?
3.
I mean, but it's a similar breed, isn't it?
No, he's Anatolian Shepherd and
Catahoula.
something else, Catahoula or Retriever.
I think it was just the color of the coat, but I guess you don't have the same eyes. No. Yeah,
He has no husky.
All right, we're not going to torture Pamela anymore. Let's go back there.
See the movie seat back.
So let's focus on Colby and Kodi.
You can't reach your drink from there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's a sweet baby.
So then, how do you? I mean, that sounds like actually a full-time job. You guys have all this on your property?
Yeah, so we have everything over there right next to the house. I specialize in packaged subscriptions. So people sign up, they subscribe, and then they get their guaranteed feeders every
It's
month.
like every month, right?
Yeah,
It
so
makes it
instead
simple, they
of-
don't have to think about it.
Well, the biggest problem is people had to race to purchase before it was out of stock online with the bigger distributors or out of stock at the pet
I'm
shops.
also assuming there's
Yeah.
an expiration date on live animals, yeah, or
Not really on as far as these are concerned, because you're going to feed them before they die. So,
but maybe at the big box stores. Is that why there might be you show up and they don't have any? Because
no, usually you show up and they don't have any because people showed up on truck day and bought what they had, or they just didn't feed them while they were sitting on the shelf and the bugs expired because they didn't have nutrition.
yeah.
So we feed every day, which is why, like when I said I was on my Publix, we were buying carrots to feed the bugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah,
So
it's good times. He's loved it.
I've gotten what 2 motorcycles out of the deal. And
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well,
Oh my-
when she first started, I just help. But when she started, she's like, "Can I start raising these things in the house?" And I was like, "I don't know about that. I mean, you got 1 tote for yours, that's fine." But she was talking about like 6, 8, 10 totes in the house.
So we gotta start somewhere.
And I was like, "I've been wanting to get me a motorcycle," and she's like, "Well, if it does good, then we'll get you a motorcycle if you let me start it in the house." I said, "Well, okay, sounds like a deal."
This is what marriage is about: compromise.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So
Can I have cockroaches in the house? I'll buy you a death machine.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
You don't have to phrase it that way. By the way, my daughter just got her motorcycle license and has been posting fucking videos, and I'm like,
I saw
God, show me these videos. No, Alex has another one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
She told
yeah.
me.
So her and her fiance are out, and she's like sending me videos, and I'm like, you do. At least you have a helmet on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to start with the dirt bike, rode it around here for a couple years, sliding. You hit the dirt, 40, 50 miles an hour. You get up, and you learn, and then you hit the street. And if something slides out from under, you just know what it's going to do, so you just handle it.
Yeah, I mean, we rode dirt bikes when I was a kid, and look, it's not even about the rider. I'm just more worried about other fucking cars don't pay attention to motorcycles.
Yeah.
That's my stress.
Yeah, here, people every day at all times, it's nothing. You just pull right the fuck out in front of you.
Yeah,
That's normal behavior here.
So if you're on a
So if you're on a
motorcycle,
bike,
it's even worse. Probably.
I don't know. Today there was a bicycle that did that to me.
Holy shit.
Pulled that in front of you?
I was on Rossville Boulevard. He
In your
crossed
car.
3 lanes of traffic on a bicycle. Didn't look. Just whoop, and I had to slam on my brakes not to hit the bicycle.
And you were in a car.
Yes.
If you go to
Jesus.
Portland, Oregon, and there's a bicycle on the road, and let's say you turn into a gas station 4 blocks away, in front of him, he'll pull up and flip you off for pulling in front of his fucking right of way 4 fucking blocks down the road.
Well, because Portland, Oregon is one of the cities that are known as a bike-friendly city. But here's the problem: bicyclists in Portland, when they want to be vehicles, they're vehicles. When they want to be pedestrians, they're pedestrians. So they want the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have it both fucking ways, dude. You're either
That's
a
how it is
vehicle
here.
or you're a pedestrian.
It's that way.
Yeah.
I do
I can't
find
tell you how many times it's been, some guy screaming at me or flipping me off. I'm like, well, fuck you, dude. What the fuck? You're on a bicycle. You're on the street. I'm in a car, so fuck off.
Yes.
The love. Sounds sounds like such a pleasant place.
What is easier? What is easier to stop?
That's the best.
You know, a 75-pound bike or a 2,000-pound car. I mean, you can maneuver easier than I can.
My theory's always been, it don't matter if you're in the right if you're fucking dead. Right?
That's a good logic.
I don't think that's a theory.
Yeah.
You might be right, but you're fucking dead now. aren't
Yes.
you?
I mean, that's
hope
kind of fact-based statement.
Prove your point.
I don't know. I find Tennessee.
Are you enjoy being right?
Yeah, I think Tennessee is for motorcyclists. I see a lot of people that are. The majority of the people are quite courteous that I've noticed to motorcyclists anyway.
I've had
Well, I would hope so. I'm speaking of driving any of my pickups.
Yeah.
I mean, like on a daily basis, I got 3 or 4 fucking people. You're driving on the road at 55, and they'll wait. They'll pull up. They'll stop. No wait. No wait. Oh, it's 50 feet. Okay, that one pull out and go real fucking slow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah, most of the people.
You could have crossed to the other lane, like I would have done,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have actually stabbed it and got out, made sure you didn't touch the brake pedal. But no, fuck, no, you're just, enjoying the day. Just gonna pull out and fuck everybody else. And anyway,
That's a common mentality nowadays.
Yeah.
Own little world bubble. Like the guy on the bicycle.
that's
So I'm pretty sure drugs were involved.
I tried to tell him that the locals were not like that until
I know you told me that, but I don't believe
That is true.
See.
Well, I will still say this, and I have driven in not every state, but a lot of states. Probably 35 plus. And the politest drivers are in California, without a doubt.
That's because
Absolutely no way around it. You can be doing 85,
You want to know why? Because
look,
they can't
listen,
move.
Look,
They
you can be
just-
doing 85 miles an hour, and you come up behind somebody in the fast lane, and before you even get to them, they will move over and let you ride, and then move back over. Here, it's like, I ain't fucking moving for nothing. I'm doing 55 in the sim, you fuck you and the 20 cars behind you. I will not move. I'm going to drive by this truck for the next 10 miles. And kiss my ass. And that
That's
goes
Florida.
From Kentucky, Virginia, Florida, Tennessee.
That's because the Floridians moved here. They brought that.
See?
The only thing Tennesseans did was never use a turn signal, so you were always on your toes where they were going.
Yeah, it is true. There's not very many turn signals. I don't know how many times I'm like, right out here, out here, Georgetown Road.
Yeah.
Hey, look, asshole, had you put your blinker on, I could have went. But since you didn't, and you decided to slow down the last 50 feet, now this car's coming and I can't
Where
fucking
you say,
move.
right there beside you. Right now on
You
the.
knew I was going to ask, didn't you?
No, back
Right
here.
here, at the end of the bar.
End of the bar.
Colder.
Look
Colder.
this
colder.
way. Colder. Colder.
Right, to the side.
No, I don't want an opener. I want a glass. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
thought you were trying to do.
It's in a glass. What do you need a glass
That
for?
is-
I am a beer snob.
This is
I
too-
work for a brewery. I have to drink it out of a glass.
This is too classy. No.
So I thought Pamela would remember that because she's been around me enough to know I am a snob. Thank you. That's
No,
perfect.
let me rinse it.
Well, yes, you have to lubricate the glass. That's a real term. I'm not being sexual. You literally have to lubricate it before you pour the beer.
That's a
in.
real
Oh, you
term.
never use
It cuts down on foam. Stop making fun of me, Cody. Jesus.
You want it dry?
No, it's fine.
You like it lubricated.
Wow. Wow. So now I know where Cody gets it from. Her mom.
I mean, you brought that one on yourself.
Yes, I kind of did. All right.
So what brewery did you work for?
A little brewery in Vancouver, Washington, called Trusty, and I started working for him.
Trusty
Brewing,
lubricant?
Trusty Brewing, because he wanted you to have trust in the beer he's making. Yes, I know it sounds cheesy, but he actually makes amazing beer. He ended up selling it. I worked for him for 4 years. From I think 2 months after he started, I was kind of just his whatever guy he knew. Worked in the brewery, worked in the tap room. I would go get supplies for him, and I would brew with him and all that. That's where I learned how to make beer, and I became a super beer snob, which is why I demanded a glass. Anyway, the guy was awesome. And he sold it to somebody else, and I quit working there. And now he just works for a different brewery in Eugene, Oregon, just brewing, which is what he wanted to do. He never wanted to have a tap room in a restaurant. He just wanted to brew beer. So it actually worked out better.
That sounds like you.
Yeah.
Sounds like who?
Colby. That's one of his ambitions is to
Just
brew
to brew
beer.
Yeah.
Brew beer, make wine. I enjoy wine. I got a journal. I keep track of on them. What I like, what I don't like.
Dude, you can. It's actually you can. I mean, have you already homebrewed?
No, I got a kid.
Yeah, it's not hard.
No.
I was gonna make some blackberry wine. Picked a bunch of blackberries and it sat in the freezer for 2 or 3 years and hadn't got
They're
there.
still there.
But the investment cost, if you just want to do a homebrew thing, I mean, with some, you can even start with plastic tubs and a boil pot on a gas stove and stuff, and then yeah, it's not that. You can make your first batch of beer for less than $400 probably. I mean, for the equipment, and then every batch after that, once you have the equipment, is pretty cheap. So.
Well, I've got most of the stuff in a wine kit. That's like $50, I think. And there's enough stuff I have around here, like I can make the rest of this stuff.
I mean, you got insects you can add to it. That's a new beer.
That
You
is
can
great,
market
too.
the shit out
It
of
could be
that.
a mealworm IPA.
I'm just saying.
You could call it the roly poly.
I could call it a roly
You
poly.
could call
Sounds
it
like you
everybody's
got
roly polies.
the same strategy as my older brother. He picked a 5-gallon bucket, or 2 5-gallon buckets of grapes.
Did Michael try to make a wine?
No, what's funny is he was going to. He picked two 5-gallon buckets, so he's got, I think what they call them, muskies?
Muscadines?
Muscadines, yeah,
Yeah.
muscadines. I mean, they're great. You know, eat them in the backyard. They're awesome. He's got, he's got green and
Scuppernons.
whatever.
That's the green ones.
But anyway, yeah. So he's got both of them, and they, he's got this big plan for the last couple years.
Is it on his property where he's
Oh yeah,
growing?
his backyard.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're great. Well,
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're fucking delicious.
Okay.
He picks these big buckets. I helped him pick them one year, and I think they went in the freezer, and nothing ever happened.
Well, but he had a plan to maybe make wine out of
He
it.
had, I think,
can't see
the
it.
Lascudos that I work with. I'm pretty sure just with Angie was gonna show him how to do it. But
I don't think that would make good wine though. Probably
I-
not.
I-
Muscadines?
Would they? I don't know.
But-
A lot of wine here in the south is muscadine,
It's
but it's very
muscadine, yeah.
sweet wine.
I was just gonna say
I
that
like a dry wine myself.
most table grapes don't have enough sugar in them to make actual wine because you have to have a lot of sugar for it to ferment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta feed the yeast and everything.
Yeah. So people think, oh, the grapes you buy at a store. No, you can't make wine out of that. There's not enough sugar in it.
Oh, okay.
Like a true grape wine or a wine grape is going to be too sweet to eat. Like it'd be way over the top.
I didn't know.
That's muscadines are very similar to that.
Okay, so maybe you could, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well,
very
I know that I heard a lot of talk about it. In fact, that winery me and you went to out there.
Solly
was
Notch?
Didn't we have muscadines there? Wine, yeah.
Martha's.
Almost everywhere you go in Tennessee, in the south, is going to be
Georgia.
muscadines.
That's actually funny that you brought that up because when I was after spending several hours with our dad today, as I was driving back to the motel, for some reason I was thinking I need a glass of wine. But because I'm also into wine.
Those 3 bottles right there.
No, not tonight. But it occurred to me. I was like, I wonder, are there wineries and vineyards in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Is that a thing here?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's Solly Notch up near Sweetwater. There's what is it, Morris?
Colby wineries up
Morris.
there.
Morris is like-
Which one did we go to?
Yeah, 20 minutes
Morris.
away.
Really?
That's the
Yeah.
one we went
That's
to.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
It
several.
just occurred to me. I was like, you know what? I'm not flying back until Sunday, so I was like, if I get an hour, maybe I'll go find a tasting room. Just we can go find a tasting room and find
Well, if
some
you
wine.
want to do that, well, we could.
Yeah.
You should go to Morris.
I would love to. I would because I just love trying
Yeah.
wines from different
Oh,
regions
you guys
that I'm not used to.
There's that Greek place in. There's a Greek place on the way to Athens. That has,
Oh
they
yeah,
have
there's
some-
Silver Springs Winery.
Greek.
Mhm.
Why do you have to mention Greek? Is it because you saw my big nose? We are Greek. So.
No, they've in this area. I think they have some of the better wines, but it's also more on the drier spectrum,
Which I like dry more.
I like my
Okay, so
wine.
Yeah.
which one is what's called?
Silver Springs.
Silver Springs.
It's in
Winery.
Riceville.
So how far away from here?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
doable.
not. Everything is 30 minutes from here. Like no matter what you do, everything is 30
Yeah.
minets.
Yeah. And it is Saturday,
You
so.
said it again. What was it called?
Silver
Silver-
Springs.
Silver Springs.
Yeah, actually.
Silver Springs Winery.
You don't-
in Riceville.
You don't have to work
Tennessee.
tomorrow, do you? Right? You do or don't?
I do.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. You don't get Saturdays
Well,
off.
she's gonna.
Well, sometimes
her
you probably
nephew's
do,
actually
but-
coming up from Atlanta area
Okay.
to look at the boat.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he texted me and
She
he goes,
might
"So
sell
we're
her
gonna
first
be
book."
in the area on Saturday."
Did he say it just like that with
Yeah.
the head shake?
Yeah, he always.
So
that's
we're
how
gonna be
he
in
talks.
the area
Actually,
on
he
Sa-
talks like this. This is what he would have
You're
done.
making fun of him. Sorry.
He goes, "This is what he would have done when he's talking to me."
should have turned the video off.
No, he knows. It's fine.
I know.
I don't care. I would send in the video and go, look, I'm you.
I fucking got you.
So I got it on my phone.
All right. But yeah, I'm obviously going to go see Dad again tomorrow. But that'd be kind of cool if we could.
Well, you can do it afterwards.
Do you have to do a whole day or?
No, this will be the morning one.
Probably from 11 to 1.
Oh, okay.
1:30.
So,
Do you just have to show a boat, like
Well, I
one
work
or?
on Saturday, but I can choose Monday. I mean, either way. But this Saturday, like I said, my nephew's coming to try a boat out, possibly to buy. And
Right,
I'm
right.
going with them.
Okay.
And we're leaving at 11 o'clock, and probably be 10:30. 10:30, so
Okay.
probably back by 12:30.
No, that'd be fine.
I
Yeah,
think
so
her job is something
And then I
like
can leave when I get ready.
she's gonna walk
Okay.
up and
yeah. So
Vanna, here you
here's
go,
the
Vanna.
boat.
White. That's
Give
what
me the
it
money.
You just walk.
The Vanna White thing is showing the boat.
Here's the boat. Give me the money.
And you have to play like on, you know Boondocks. You have to play like on a pontoon.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah,
She will play it.
you have to do that.
Stacey
Kelsey will
play it.
appreciate that. I don't know if
Stacey
Angela will.
No,
She'll
that would
play
actually work
that
out
and
good.
Jack, you know the song Jack.
No, you need to
You have
play
my
Little
back.
Mermaid for Angela. Angela loves Little Mermaid. You need to play it, Little Mermaid. You'll sell the boat, I promise.
All the Disney songs that have
She is a Disney nut.
God.
Yeah, loves Disney. Play Little Mermaid under the sea while you're on the
Little
pontoon.
Mermaid.
Yes.
Under the
That's all
sea,
played.
you know,
This is
with the
this right
Jamaican
here,
guy.
I think
Yes,
you're observing
yes.
an
Sebastian.
insider advice or whatever from as a salesperson.
Trade secrets.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you
Tracy
how to get
or
the
the salesperson.
psychology for your nephew to just.
Landon's coming too. And
Even-
Karen.
Oh well, good luck with that.
Have a bottle of
That's
wine.
why I called you today is to ask you about that because Kelsey wanted Karen to come and asked me if I would text Karen. And he texts Karen, so I text Karen today. Yeah, have fun with that.
Just have you a bottle of wine,
So
play some Disney music,
I
and then
can't
pontoon.
have wine. I can't have wine on the boat.
Oh well.
No, Karen will be like, Pam, where's the wine, Pam?
It took me 3 times to get through to her what time and everything, and I'm going, this is a business, so you must be there. I mean, it was real direct, and by the time it's
She
leave-
won't be.
That is, the train leaves at noon.
and it
She'll be like, well, I
just
didn't
goes-
think you were serious.
It's my sister.
Oh, you
talking about
probably
this.
told me this, but you have a sister. I don't remember, maybe, but does she live in the area?
No, she lives in Marietta.
We all love each other at a
Georgia,
distance.
right?
Yeah, what we were talking about earlier, right north of Atlanta.
Oh, right.
Where
Okay.
the badass biker bar was. That we have.
Yes. No, where Wes made
He
the
still has no clue.
best
Yeah.
decision of his entire life to stop there to get food at
Yeah.
a biker bar when the waitresses were trying to tell him, this shit's gonna get real in a minute.
Yeah. Mom told me that story
Oh my
too, and I
God.
was like,
I'm still not getting it.
When you're hungry, you're hungry.
Exactly.
No.
Colby, would you not encourage my brother, please? No, but that could seriously work out tomorrow. I'm gonna obviously go straight back to the hotel if I can crash. So I'll see Dad early in the morning. But
Okay.
by the time you're done with the boat thing,
Okay.
and don't rush. I mean, 1 or 2 is fine. Yeah, it'd be cool to check out that wine.
Okay, well, we can do that. That sounds like a plan.
I think Morris is open until like
Silver
8.
Springs.
And Silver
Yeah,
Springs
that's
will be
right,
open
yeah.
till
Yeah.
like 6 or 9.
So
Yeah,
you
'cause
can
I
text us if
really
you need
have
if you
no
forget or
control
something.
of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I will. But
Well, aren't you guys gonna join us there?
No.
we're gonna be in Pigeon Forge way.
Oh, you don't like us that much, do you?
No.
After 2 hours, you're done with us. So like, I'm
Yeah.
already over this guy.
Didn't win us over that fast, I'm sorry.
No, I can't expect that. No.
We,
I like to set the bar low and exceed expectations.
there we go.
You gotta have room to go up. You start at the top,
Yes,
and there's nowhere to
yes. Lower expectations.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
And
what marriage
and-
taught him.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're spending the day in
Under
Pigeon
promise,
Forge.
over deliver.
Mm.
Hell.
That's all the wives know. I mean,
That's what Colby did when I met him.
I don't think that's true.
The very first day I met him,
Please tell the
Very
story.
first
Make sure
day.
you're on camera.
I joined the AmeriCorps, and so I was stationed at his park.
Okay.
And the very first day that I met him, I walk in, and he's sitting there on this like little kind of office couch thing, like this.
I guarantee he didn't have that look in his eyes, but,
Oh,
but,
he
I, but I
did.
love the embellishment.
He
Go ahead.
did.
Okay.
Because he was looking out to he wouldn't even look at me. He was looking at the side. I was like, what is this dude's problem?
Okay.
Well, she's a good-looking gal that come in, and she likes to do the things I like to do. So yeah, it's a little nervous.
Right.
He looked like he was pissed.
Right. No. It makes us uncomfortable when we see somebody. We're like, oh gosh, she's kind of cute.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Right. We vapor lock. I know.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
they misinterpret it like women do.
If someone did this to you, how would you interpret that?
I'd be like, well, gangster on my ass. Somebody is into. Somebody like thinks I want to step up.
Yeah, see? There you go.
You,
I just
you
thought he was
realize
pouting.
that we're men. We don't evolve past the age of 13.
Oh, I didn't give you that much credit.
No, I'm 11. He's probably 15, but I'm 11.
I'd say like 9.
No, all right, thank you.
That's my kid.
She is so gosh dang quick-witted. I love it, dude. She has a comeback for everything.
Yes, she does.
I appreciate that, actually.
I don't know about that.
Here for it.
No, I love it. I love it. Just keep it coming. Gosh damn. Us guys have to be slapped around a lot.
He's still here.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
Well, from what I see, she
Here we
don't
go.
slap no. She shoots him. Fucking Nerf machine gun.
Well, I mean, now
No,
and then,
no, no.
now and then we do appreciate the occasional ass spank. So that's fine.
No, this wasn't that. Have you seen those big Nerf guns that are battery powered?
No, I think I've only seen
That
the air
was funnier
ones.
than shit.
Oh my gosh.
It opens the door, all of a sudden.
These things are it's like having a machine gun but Nerf. And
Because
it's
that's
like
something we needed. I mean, we're not trying to cure cancer. But
No,
we
we
needed to make sure that we made the Nerf things more powerful than the air.
absolutely.
You get the joke, okay?
Absolutely.
Let's focus our money here on making the Nerf gun more powerful.
Yeah. That's exactly what was needed. And it enhanced my life by doing so.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
It's like pellets. That's what it shoots. It shoots pellets.
Yeah,
like
so
an
you can
airsoft
mark
gun.
your territory. You can mark his ass when you're shooting him.
From the ass all the way up to the shoulder, man.
Zipper him. Just fucking zipper him.
But I waited until he came in through the door
Yeah,
from
yeah.
work. I had the camera set up and everything, and he was on the phone with his.
my grandma.
Of course you were.
Oh shit! Get out of here!
So the grandma was cackling. She was pro Nerf gun.
I didn't see this part of
You
it.
guys sound like the
If I
perfect
recall,
marriage.
It was
This shit's gonna
I
work.
was told that Colby had a backup gun in the room.
Oh, I keep a backup, but it's air powered though. It's not the
Oh,
battery.
it was so,
Right,
it
right.
was pitiful.
It's
It's,
not the
a little
6D
5-shooter.
battery-powered one.
Yeah,
He
because
had-
you understand, you know, I don't know, temperance.
Oh no,
Or
no,
moderation.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
it was just survival at that point.
He pulls out this little like 5-foam pea
It's really
shooter that you
like-
pull and then you shoot, then you pull and then you shoot.
It's
So
just
he's
got a
trying
hammer
to
on it.
shoot.
It's just quick. Do.
He got me back though.
No, but she went full fucking predator on you with fully auto, just
It was
just fucking
amazing.
mowed you
Oh,
down.
yeah.
It was amazing.
It's pretty common.
You're not supposed to enjoy that much.
It was
I got her
awesome.
back. I waited till
It's
she
like a
wasn't
sparkle in
paying
her eye
attention.
when she tells the story. Jesus, I can see it from here.
I agree with it. 'Cause I'll do that same shit. I will wait.
Yeah. And I did for about an hour in the bathroom with the lights off, sitting on the floor until she walked by.
Oh, no way.
And then I was just popped up. Just, whoop,
Yeah, and
Nice.
he lit me up. I had marks all the way up and down my side because I went into my office and he was waiting in the guest bathroom. And he had stole the gun. I'd put the gun away at this point. He steals it. He goes and hides in the bathroom. I knew retaliation was coming. I just wasn't sure when.
Well,
No,
that's-
I don't think he stole it. He appropriated it.
Okay, call it whatever you so choose.
It's all semantics.
He lit my ass up. So when I
He should have.
when I came out of my office, I hear it winds up before it shoots. So you hear,
So you get a warning.
yeah, but not fast enough to get away.
Thank God.
Oh, that's funny.
And I didn't let up like she did. I just held the trigger down until she was empty.
Good
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So-
should have reloaded, bitch.
I know.
Sorry. Sorry, I used the B word. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
was just playing.
It's okay. How dare you? No, we're done.
I know
We're
you're
out.
offended. I know. I can tell. We're done talking.
The problem is once you shoot it, though, it shoots little balls, right? They go everywhere.
Right.
So
Right.
picking up, when you shoot
Oh,
a
right.
Nerf gun, you run and you grab your ammo and you reload. You have to find
You have to have like a
these
vacuum
things.
or a Roomba
Yeah.
to just run around while you're
We're
at work.
still finding them. This was like 4 months ago, and we're still finding them in
Well,
the
the thing
house.
holds like 85 at a time, though.
Oh, that's
so you
cool.
got,
Now,
you got some.
do y'all have kids?
No.
Okay, so if you're ever, I don't know if you're going to, but if you
No.
do have kids, you just get used to that. You're going to find shit for years after the
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
We don't need kids for that. We still do that on our own.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You can make a mess of your house anyway. You don't need kids.
Oh, so there was one time when we first started dating, we got in water wars constantly. There were water gun fights. There were water balloon fights.
Not in the
and there
house,
was-
I hope.
Yes, in the house.
Anywhere,
In the house.
everywhere.
In the office.
Y'all
like,
don't have carpet, right?
well,
No,
the
it was-
the,
it
the
was
office didn't have
linoleum.
carpet.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
It was like the little, that you spray your dishes off with. It was just like.
He
Yeah.
slept on top of a water gun for an entire summer and had no idea that it was in the couch cushion.
Well, there was a pad
Like-
between me and the water gun.
So that's I hid that thing in the couch cushion, and whenever he wasn't looking, I'd run
You
and
gotta
go
be a
get
proud
it.
mama.
So I would shoot him, and then I would hide it, and he could not find it. Right, all summer, slept on top of this thing all summer.
I tore that house apart looking for it.
Except the one place it was.
No, he. That's the
lifted
worst
the
part
cushion.
about it. He lifted the cushion. He's the couch is here.
Or the best
The cushion
part
is
about
here.
it
He lifts the cushion up. You can see the outline of the gun in the cushion. He lifts it up, but he looks down.
He
And then he
missed
puts
it.
the cushion down, and then he
I
moves
didn't
on.
think
And I'm
you
like,
unzipped the cushion
Oh.
and put it in.
he
He
looked
literally
in.
unzipped it and put it inside.
Yeah.
That's why he
Put
missed
in
it.
The
Yeah.
cushion.
I mean,
Not
I
just,
would
like,
have too.
under the cushion. That's the normal amount of
Yeah,
effort
right.
someone would put into hiding a water gun.
Do you see how devious they are?
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. He looked in the ceiling panels. He looked in the dryer downstairs in the basement. Like
He
everywhere.
probably looked in the water heater.
But his best comment at the end of the summer, he goes, "So that's why that couch felt funny." I love you.
And that'd be
Oh my God, you guys are amazing. That's awesome. I couldn't have planned this, Pamela. Thank you for forcing them to come over. I appreciate it. This is fucking awesome.
I mean, we can tell prank stories for hours.
Oh God.
How
That's
I
the-
know he's really asleep is if I say the word Sharpie and he doesn't wake up.
Well, I can just assume I get where that came
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's obviously
There
some
was a
prior
bad
history
experience
there.
At one point.
Yeah. Yeah, he woke up with something written on his face or his penis, something,
So,
Oh, his toes were painted one time, and it was a beautiful Barbie pink.
which
Yeah.
I would revel in that, but probably not more than 5 years ago that would bother me.
Mm.
The whole painting my nails thing was a recent thing that I did, so yeah, I would get upset by that.
What would triggered you to do that? Paint your nails? I mean, just
Oh, it's because
spontaneous
Pam's.
or-
So my wife's name is also Pamela. Pam's when her cousin got diagnosed with breast cancer. That I initially did the pink thing first, and then I kind of liked it. And then I found a really dark purple that has sparkles on it. I was like, oh fuck yeah! I digress. I did it pink first because of Pam's cousin going through breast cancer. And then I work in a tire shop at Costco. So I'm in the shop also, but then I have to go up and do sales at the desk. And I started noticing the responses I was getting. The women, and you'll get this, women were all amazing, so supportive, and they would make comments on it. Men were 50-50.
Yeah.
Half of them would just get uncomfortable and try not to notice. And then 25% of them would make a comment. They were arrogant or stupid enough to ask about it, but they still didn't really like it. And then the other 25% I actually had 25% of men that were like, "That's fucking cool, man," and fist bump me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once I realized that was happening, I was like, "Oh, this is irritating." 75%. I'm sorry, not 75%, but I was like, it's causing a response that I just want to encourage. So I was like, I'm gonna fucking go with another color, like dark purple and sparkles. And fuck you guys, because this should not be a thing. This shouldn't even fucking matter. I don't care. So I kept painting it again, and people come up. And, okay, I'll be honest. I like the female attention. It was cool, man. And like wives are doing it in front of their husbands. Like, oh my gosh, I love your nails. Where'd you get that done? And I was telling about who my salon was and stuff. And the husband's sitting back there just going, what the fuck, man? For some reason, I enjoyed that. So I kept doing it for a while. And
like the response.
now, on a serious note, it was the first time in my life of 51 years that I didn't bite my nails. I have been a lifelong nail biter, but once I paid $50 to get that shit done, I wouldn't bite them.
You know what I will do? Because I bite my nails too.
Yeah.
I'll go get press-ons. You can buy press-ons for like $6 to $8.
I know. Oh,
yeah.
I'm in the world now. I know.
But you can put the press-ons on, and they'll last for 2 weeks or so, and your nails will grow out underneath your press-ons, and you don't have to worry about
I like
that.
the pretty colors, and I like how the Asians like do my cuticles, and they trim my cuticles, and they make it all nice, and they put lotion on it, and then they can paint cool colors that I can't get with press-ons.
Yeah, that's true.
I just whittle mine down with a pocket knife so I don't have to chew them. It gives me something to do when I'm bored out there.
So what he's saying is he does his own manicures.
I do my own manicures.
So again,
I don't have the cool accent, but I still whittle on them.
you have a very cool accent. I don't have any accent. But again, the point of it was I loved the response that it was irritating people that came to the tire shop. But I also I kind of appreciated it. It looked pretty, and I liked the experience of having them trim my cuticles and not biting my nails. And probably the same reason I pierced my fucking tongue is just for the reaction. I wanted to irritate people or make them wonder, why the fuck would you do that? Are you gay? Do you suck dick? You know, I've had those questions, and I'm like, oh, no. I'm sharing too much right now, aren't I?
Going to Sacramento to pick up my son, and actually it was with I shouldn't say pick him up. I went to visit him. It was like a public pool or some shit or some club or something. His mom was a member. Of course, at that time, that's when I first come back up from LA. It was first seeing Tyler. And
Oh, right.
so I had to go down there to, she had to be there basically, and do my best to ignore her. But me and Tyler sitting there in the swimming pool on the edge of the pool. It's a public pool or club or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
My language, but it was, I'm sitting down there, me and Tyler sitting beside each other. He's about 13. I look down, I got pink fucking toenails. And all I could think is, Amy and Wendy, you fucking bitches. Oh, that's right. You were, because the night before,
Your neighbors in Chico at the apartment.
We were all drinking. I passed out on my couch. My door was open.
They're both sweethearts.
Live
next door to him. Yes.
And I don't even know it.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm sitting there, my 13-year-old son, looking down at my toes in the water and thinking, oh my god. And I said, Tyler, I said,
never trust a woman.
No,
that's not what he said.
I know you're looking at them toenails.
No, it wasn't.
As I am. And like you, I'm shocked.
And like you, I have no idea how this happened.
Anyway, so that was so me and him took my car keys and scraped them fuckers off in the pool. But anyway.
Oh my god, that was.
But yeah, I was passed out at the time. I had no.
I can totally see them doing that to you.
Oh, they fucking. I was pissed because I didn't discover it on my own. It was sitting next to my 13-year-old.
I mean, at least when
that is true caring friendship, that they would give you a pedicure.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
100 miles south. I probably would strangle both
Some people
of
would
you.
call it mental abuse, but okay.
That is style. Is what that is.
I didn't really consider it style.
Cody painted mine
Particularly in front of my 13-year-old boy.
Cody painted my toenails Barbie doll pink at Christmas one year in Florida.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving.
Oh,
But he fell asleep. We, all of the
Hallmark
women were
movies.
watching Hallmark movies, right? So he fell asleep.
Well, as you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his legs right here.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I look at my cousin and I was like, what nail polish you got? And she runs and she gets the pinkest
So
thing.
the word that popped up in her head was opportunity.
Yeah. So not only does she get me nail polish, she gets me a marker, right? So he's screwed.
Oh my God.
So we paint his nails this beautiful pink. She did a really good job because she did one foot, I did the other.
I'm sure
And then we paint his face with silver Sharpies for the rest of the evening. He had no idea until he woke up the next morning
You're
and goes,
welcome.
and we hear him. He goes to the bathroom.
He's like, what
sits
the
down.
F?
Yeah, and he
I
goes,
sit down on the commode and look down at my toes like, son of a bitch.
I bet that's actually what you said.
So I get up and I get done to go out the dining room to have breakfast and look at Cody's aunt and I said, You wouldn't happen to have any toenail polish remover, would you? She's like, I don't think so, but I'll go look. I was like, I bet you don't. She comes back, I'm sorry, honey, I ain't got none.
No, your wife dumped it all out.
No. This is her middle sister, right? She's just as devious as the rest of us. She's not gonna help him.
Yeah. Then I brought with sandals because it's Florida. You don't need shoes. And I was like, you know what? Oh,
No shoes nation. Yeah.
Ain't nothing else I can do but wear it with pride. So that's what I did.
No pun intended, but
No
yes,
pun
wear that
intended.
shit with pride.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
I think
awesome.
it's about an hour or two later. She's like, well, I'll go get you some polish. I said, well, I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's funny because after my last treatment, you can see how messed up that one is. I've started biting again, so I need to.
You
need to go back.
I have to go back and get it done again.
See, when you
Even
first
if I
said
just do a
that,
clear coat, I have to do something.
the dark purple with the sparkles, I honestly thought that was because you worked in a tire shop. Because sometimes your nails will get, dark and then you can't get the grease
I've never
off.
been to this before, and I went with my wife because this is where she goes, and so this is all new to me. But you walk in and you have an appointment, but you sit down and they have all these color swatches on a ring.
Yeah.
And I'm like just looking through the colors, and that grabbed me. I mean, after the pink, obviously the pink was an obvious one, but the second time I was like, I just like that one, so I just grabbed it and went with it. So there was no thought put into it. Obviously, I don't think shit out. You picked that up?
You just trying to set yourself up for it.
Yes, I'll keep pitching the softballs. So you're gonna knock them out of the park.
You need to do like Dorothy ruby red sparkles, like that kind for your
Ruby
next one.
red.
Yeah, you know Dorothy slippers, the sparkly slippers.
Right.
So they have that color in polish. You should do that on your fingers next time.
Can you do it in gel?
I don't know.
Because I did gel. That's what I did.
I don't know. You'll have to ask
I'm
the
sure
salon.
they do, but Dorothy red.
Well, I mean, like whatever it's called, it just looks like the red from Dorothy's ruby red slippers off of Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
But it's got
It's
glitter
like
in
a
it.
fucking bright red.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so what this girl can do though, she can put a base color down and then add the glitter on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could do that too.
I know way too much about this. I know.
Hey.
He is just biting his tongue.
No, I mean, it's good to be well versed in all kinds of things.
I appreciate your sensitivity and your understanding.
I've surprised many people at work when it comes to things because they'll be like, you'll tell me how I can fix this on my truck, but then you'll go talk about tea with one of the other.
Right. You're like, how do you know that and this?
Yeah,
I get it.
It's good.
I know.
It's good to be well versed and well rounded.
I try.
I applaud you on
I
that.
tried.
Now, what kind of music you play on the guitar? You said you picked.
I'm mainly country, but I also do like some Hootie and the Blowfish. I love Eric Church, Kenny Chesney.
Now you say country, you mean like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s?
I mean, probably from the 80s to now.
80s to
Yeah.
now?
But even fucking Johnny Cash, I mean, it's the same chords.
Oh, yeah,
it's G, C,
minor.
D, and E.
Yeah.
But you also put an F sharp, an F bar chord in there and all that stuff. And I'm slightly more advanced than a campfire guy. Do you know what that reference means when you say you're a campfire player?
Like the Kumbaya kind of thing?
Yeah. So they're the guys that just strum the four chords. So I'm slightly more advanced than that, but I'm not good enough to play in a band. So if I could play something and you would know and you would sing along, and I do some hammer-ons and pull-offs and all that shit.
Oh, well, you're good enough to play in a band.
And arpeggiating and all that shit, I can do that. But no, I don't have a lot of experience playing with other musicians, unfortunately. I'm working on it.
Well, next time you come down, you have to bring your guitar. Well, hell, I got 2 guitars. We'll have to get them take a little.
It's right there. Just go fucking walk over there and get it.
Well, I could do that.
Manuel, guitar, Manuel.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows that command.
And he does.
He doesn't know guitar.
Yeah, he does.
I know that
He has
command.
requests. So, like, when he goes on work retreats or anything like that, if they have to go to training, everyone tells him to bring his guitar because he's the only one that plays.
So, how do I get to your level? Because all I ever hear, this is seriously a running joke with my wife and with all of our mutual friends and her employees, her coworkers and her boss. So she works for a girl and a husband that owns 2 tap rooms in Vancouver, Washington. But like every time we go out or to somebody's house or to the tap room, I always bring my guitar. And then randomly, if we're just sitting there and nothing's going on, I'll just bring my guitar and start picking. So the joke is, Ken always has. Ken's got a guitar in his fucking car. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
I carried one in my truck for years.
I thought I was the only one.
No. Well,
Thank you for making me feel normal.
Your truck might break down. You may just get stuck in traffic, and you're just like, "What am I going to do? I'll just play guitar."
Yes.
You just might get a hankering to play, and you just have it there. So.
And you have to play when you get inspired.
Well, yeah. When you get the itch in the fingers.
You can't schedule that shit. You can't. It's a passion thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting animated right now. But
No, have at it.
Yeah, be animated.
Same fucking.
I just pictured you holding a calendar and go play a guitar for 15 minutes during traffic jam.
Let me show you my Google Calendar. No, let me show it to you. I had to put this shit on my calendar. There. So the blue ones are guitar. 1 p.m. Guitar, 1 p.m. Guitar, 1 p.m.
How's
Well,
that
that's
working for
pretty
you?
good. You got
Do
it.
It's
you
not.
do it?
On there.
Yeah.
I play when I get inspired.
Yeah.
But I had.
Always at 1 p.m.
I'm sharing too much right now. Yeah, it was. Anyway, yeah, I should not do that.
Is that therapy? Seriously?
Kinda, yeah.
Actually, should I play mine just to kind of just. And I usually have a routine set of songs that I know that are just like I don't even have to think about, and I just go through them first, and then if I want to learn a new song,
Would
I'll
you
pick it up.
please go get your fucking guitar?
Well, yeah, I'll go get two
Please.
of them.
You can take the car. Take
Okay.
Boone back. Take Boone to the house.
Okay.
He wants to go home, and I'm worried when
And I
Wes
promise
comes
I
back
won't
in
keep
now
you
that
guys
you
up
will
too
come
late.
in.
But please go get the
Oh,
guitar.
you're good. Boone, come on.
Oh,
Because
all right.
I flew out here in an airplane and I couldn't pay to check my guitar, so I just had a carry-on bag.
He's got it's
It's
not really a mini, but it's like a travel guitar, a small one.
Yes,
and then
my
he's got
friend
a
Garrett
full
has one
size.
too. I love them.
Yeah.
They're so easy to carry, but I would still. They're not going to let you put that in the carry-on. You're still going to have to. I think.
The
Unless,
mini? No, the mini will fit in a carry-on.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's long, even though it's thin, it's still long.
It's not that long.
Okay.
I'll see if he'll bring it.
Kind of like most men, they're not that long. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I just pitched her another softball and she just let it go by.
I mean, when you speak facts, I'm not going to debate it. You know.
So that kind of is your home run hit.
Hey, baby. Hi.
Did they get along with Boone?
Oh, good. No, that's why he's gone.
He's not out?
No,
Well,
that's.
I'll
I
wait
knew
till he
this
gets
was going to
back.
happen. That's why I
Oh.
was like, get him out.
Well, that was good. That was sure.
All right, wait. So I do.
I can see the future.
I was gonna wait till he gets back, but let's give Colby
Yeah.
and Kodi,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna shut it off with the dogs. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for coming over.
Thanks for
And
having us.
seriously, I'm super happy that you guys came over and be able to record this. But I'm gonna shut it off now that he's bringing the guitar. I don't want anybody to hear me play.
Oh, he's shot.
Get him on the camera.
I didn't think